Hello and welcome to EVC Crunch League. We've got a match on our hands. I am Antonin and I'm here with Corexia.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon to wherever you're watching. I hope you're doing well. How are you feeling on this fine day? We are back again with a little bit of Valorant action. So how are you doing?
All right, I accidentally had you muted, so I'm gonna had an oopsie there. I had the video.
No worries, no worries, no worries, no worries. How are you doing? How are you doing on this fine day?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I mean, we've already started off so well. It's 2024 now, and we have a match. I mean, we're gonna have some great season, and I'm excited to see what happens. We got two good teams right here this season. We got One Man Army versus Exit today. I'm excited to see how this game goes.
I cannot wait. It's been a while for me to get back on the Valorant, but I'm happy that I'm here because let's just be honest. It's a game which has had a lot of ups and downs, but to be honest, it's like just getting better. I mean, the good part is there's a new meta, there's new maps. So clearly we have to be like, okay, what is next? So now getting into the main aspects, we are going to be seeing a bit. I must just tell the audience that we are going to see older map rotations over here because of the choices that were made, the player preferences as well. So you are not going to see Icebox just yet. But how do you feel about Icebox coming back, by the way?
I'm excited. I'm happy. The changes are nice. But most importantly, my map that I used to have, I think it was my worst win rate map. I think at one time I had, at a point I had a 17% win rate on Icebox, which was abysmal. It's since been raised. But I'm still glad to see it back. I'm always excited to see new maps come into the rotation, and little sad Haven's gone, but still got a nice map rotation for us. But for this one,
I mean, today you're going to see Haven. Today you will be seeing Haven as well.
We will be seeing Haven.
First
map picked was Haven. If I want to go through these the bind, the vetoes here. Bind and Breeze were banned. One Man Army banning Bind. Breeze getting banned by Ways of Potential, which is Exit. Haven was then picked by One Man Army. Attacker side will be Exit. Lotus was then picked by Exit. Attacker side will be One Man Army. And then Ascent was banned, Split was banned, and the Decider will be played on Sunset.
I mean, it's very rare to see like us going to map 3. But if we are, it's been a while since I've seen Sunset being played, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's the current meta, or like how do the players play in this tournament? Do they go for the meta pick, being like, yep, we can just take the same old, or instead we choose characters and agents which are based on your preference, on your playstyle, and how your team synergizes together.
And I mean, I've heard that we might have some spicy comps here. Some of our producers from some of their previous matches, these might be a bit more experimental. And in terms of that, I'm excited because Sunset or Haven, actually, which will be our first map, does have a pretty wide meta. You could go for like trades Fade, right? Fade. Give me a sec. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's Fade, right? It's been a while. Everyone keeps playing Sova.
On Sunset?
On Haven. On Haven,
it's Sova. It's Sova and Fade. They choose to they use Sova. They want to go for the long plans. So then you're on. If you're on C long or A long, you choose Sova. Otherwise, Fade with the Haunt and the Prowler. It helps out. It really does help out, but it's a preference at this point. I don't.
It is a preference
at this point. So
we can see up. And in terms of Sentinels, we'll probably be seeing the standard Killjoy, but I'm gonna be honest here. It could be anything on this map. Haven is a very much a diverse meta, unlike a set. So I'm excited to see what these teams pick. Lotus as well. You can see I've seen a handful of comps run on this map, but we'll probably be seeing Omen Killjoy. But from what I've heard, we have two teams that really like to cook with these team comps. So I'm excited.
I mean, they say variety is the spice of life at the end of the day. If you don't have variety, you're not going to enjoy it. And I think so that's what happened. That's an issue that's currently there with Ancient. If you look at it, you see that everybody's selecting the same map, and you're just like, okay, what more do I do at this point? So clearly, it's like, okay, we've had a situation where we are here, so we're clearly going to get into it and be like, yep. But I mean, let's just be honest. We have seen like agents come and go, but I really would hope that we see something very different over here. But getting back, if we have a map like Haven, what is your go-to pick, by the way? Like, which agent would you select and why?
I would go for, if we're going to Haven, I would select the Raze Breach Fade. I love that double initiator on this map. I just think keeping that A main control with those utilities, with this trap setups is just so, it's one, it's so great to see. And two, it is very, I think it's very cool to see on these maps. But we're already into the selection, and we're going to be seeing the Breach Raze maybe come out from exit. And on the side of Oma, one man army, we're looking at Omen Viper for double controller.
Interesting,
And
but
I
not.
see the Harbor Viper over on exit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it must be stated that it's Harbor. I mean, you can use Harbor, but it's very interesting to see like now what they want to do. Why would they want to select Harbor? Because on a map over here, you got your clove, you got your smoke. You only got one smoke, and with if you're taking Viper as well, you've got only one smoke at a time. So you don't have multiple smokes. So to keep that in mind, unless the player over there he knows his lineups with Harbor,
Choose your
or
agent.
using the walls, they believe that the walls will give them a lot more flexibility. So we shall see. Very interesting to find out.
We shall see. I do expect a double initiator, double controller comp coming out from exit to do some very interesting things. Going without that sentinel, especially the risk of that is that you're going without Killjoy. Killjoy is great for map control on this map. And when you've got it, when you now have taken that away, and instead you're relying on the combination of Harbor and Viper's walls to keep an enemy locked out of an area, your intel is a lot less. Yeah, sure. Now you have Sova. You've countered that the lack of information around the map with a more active recon, but that's not, you don't have that passive intel that a Killjoy has of, hey, there's nobody here, my mod hasn't been destroyed, or hey, my turret's firing at somebody. Instead, now you have to rely on a recon dart or a drone every once in about 20 seconds, combined two utils, to see if you have that utility, see if you know where the enemies are. So exit's going to be a bit weaker on the intel, but almost one man army, they're going without this Harbor Viper. They're still going double sentinel, but they're going with only Sky for an initiator. So they're going to be more weak on these entries, just having that Sky. They can't make these trap plays like you can with Breach. Interesting differences from the comps, and that's why we love Haven so much.
That's why we love Haven, and that's why we're going to miss it quite a bit as well. Because you're going to be like, okay, we reach a point where like, yep, we want to see more of this. A three-sided map helps out of rotation. That doesn't make it's not as brittle as you expect it to be, but finally we are here, and we're going to get into map number 1.
Map number 1, and let's take a look at this buys on these pistols. Good luck to contestants. And we're looking at some ghosts, a sheriff on Wizzy here. Going to be putting that sheriff over at C here on the defense. We got a frenzy from Zoltox, but pretty standard pistol buy. No team's going for some full save or extreme strat here. Everything pretty standard. We're looking at a 2-1-2 setup coming out from the defenders, as it's going to be an A rush on the side of exit here, as they're going to try to scale up here. Got that harbor wall, giving them some space.
Right there.
I mean, you can see clearly, using the raise nades, you just create a lot of space, but the sky flash comes into way, and immediately the detection is being given that, hey, there are some players where the turret goes down, and immediately it begins. Stays gets the first pick. And now the defenders are being put on the backside. But do they know the fair shooters here? They know that Sky is here. They haven't seen it. Sky comes out. But Slay gets his man, and that's a 2K for him. Make that a 3 with his teammate. And now it's all about the backside with Weezy. Because clearly you have to wonder, okay, what could be done? Zolox looking over there with a frenzy, realizing that, you know what, I've got the burst to just spray and but the spray is not ideal. Do they know where Weezy is? He gets one. He's going for another. He's trying to put the pressure and he gets a 3K, and that is that. There is a little bit of hunger, but the time is ticking right now because clearly Weezy makes you wonder that can he get a he has to get a diffuse down, but it's all left to Rain. Rain is on a he sees one, tries to get a pick, but he goes down, and that is round number 1 going in favor of the attackers.
Is round number 1 going the way of Exit, and Exit was really strong on this push out. They held. I want to talk about how they made that push in because it looks like the one-man army was holding this crossfire from right side of truck and short, right? And that was what was going to happen. And Exit did a great job of breaking that up. They get the Killjoy, that's one side of the crossfire, destroy it. And Sky, they realize that Sky might be holding crossfire, so they hold that smoke. Sky was trying to, hide in that smoke, get a lurk kill, get a kind of freebie, but she exited out that smoke, and there's 2 people looking at her. And then right after that, Viper is watching the flank and gets another pick. So great overall push by all of them. But oh my god, Sova has a 4th. It looks like they read a B rush on the eco from a one-man army. And that Guardian absolutely annihilated it. And Zoltox looking behind him for the last one. That's going to be a force by 1 here off the side of Exit. With only 1 casualty. That is amazing.
I mean, 1 casualty, and that would be that. It was a quick round, as fast as it happens, and now Exit have two round advantage, but now you have to think and wonder. That Viper wall that you see out there is very well done. It is done in such a way that, you know what, I'm going to block the vision of the defenders, but now Weezy on the op. He has made the investment, and let us see if the spec comes away. He's dashing forward. Does he even know it? He has to take a shot. Will he get detected by the Sova dart? He doesn't. The drone detects him and immediately has backs off because he's like, you know what? I can be sprayed down. But now Rain, just getting the space. He does have his wall to just block, but that wall will in short affect him even more. But Weezy gets the first pick, and immediately the Ray's gone down. And now you've only got the breach to have some form of utility to create that space using the stun, using the aftershock. But other than that, you can see that the defenders have crawled up and they've already come to a lobby. Chaos is just wandering, using the new skin. Oh, even Fair Shooter has a new skin. Impressive. Nice to know that. A lot of money has been invested in this game, I think, in the form of skins, which is kind of healthy, kind of not. Depends on the consumer. But right now you can see Ray Jill peeking, just trying to see, like, does he detect anybody? He goes a bit further away. The harbor wall comes into play, seeing that if Chaos is going to open it, and a flash comes around, immediately he goes down. Chaos right there at the right place to create enough chaos for Steam.
An absolutely wonderful flash to get that first pick here. But now the real push on C is gone. They drove that op away, and now they're going to go for a push here. This could get sprayed down. That's going to be the planter dead. Rain with a great pick off the wall, and there's only 12 seconds left in the match. The members of Exit need to try to make something happen, and that's a good first blood there from Zoltox. Not first blood, but a good first pick for him in this round. But the one-man army had a great flank there from the Omen, and it's all left up to the Viper. That's 1 for her. The op down. But Sky Flash, Paranoia coming out from Omen. Actually, I think that was not the Paranoia. That was actually just the smoke. Getting the assist. Great teamwork there, and that's going to be first round on the board for one-man army.
Exactly, it's like they get 1 map back, and immediately it begins. And now it tends to wonder, okay, now that I've got 1 map, is it going to result in us just, how do I put it? You realize when there's a point when you have your team, you could see over there the immediate pings. Like, if you saw VZ, he got the first pick immediately on K, and that resulted in K not being able to put their impact. Now, as a duelist, you normally expect them to create space and opportunity, but the flash coming in from Sky, but it doesn't detect that at all because of the smoke, because of the Viper wall. But guess what? This backstab. Weezy has got so much time and space right there. How has he come up ahead so quick? Blade is trying to bomb for. Do they know? Do they know? Do they see one, two? Oh, he gets two and he really rushes back because guess what? This is not the old update where you could just spam with the blades. You miss your shots and you miss your blades.
Exactly, but 2 picks with the blades is still a lot. Could have definitely got more there, but 2 is enough for this save here. Honestly, 1 more pick and the eco is, oh, and the half buy should be great coming out of one-man army here. Going to be a slow creep up towards A thanks to that Viper wall coming out from exit. And this site is completely clear. Looks like they made a great read here. There's no KJ utility. Here we go. Here's going to be the plant coming out from the harbor here. That's going to be A site secured to plant down. The one-man army are going to have to figure out how they're going to take their this retake. It looks like 2 on the flank and 3 coming through CT.
I mean, the thing was when VZ burst forward with the blades, the information already came out that everybody is here. So clearly now they know. Now there's a crossfire that was put by Harbor and Viper, which now has to be given away because they immediately know where everybody is. Viper trying to get a pick, but 2 of them is too much. Rain gets his man. The loss is all left to him. He's trying, he gets another. But Zwa? I am still confused how to pronounce his name. What name? Zwa. Chat, help me out.
There are some fancy names here in this lobby here, but what is that? KJ's. Okay.
Yeah. Z.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Cape because
Zwa.
KAEP, but like Z
Yeah.
Cape because I'm not making it hard on myself. But a great round coming out from one-man army. Great job of Wheezy on this flank, but I got a 3 kill. And great job on the retake. It's going to be a great round, boost their economy here. And now we're going to work on this slow push up. It's going to be a slow default around B here.
I mean, immediately using that dart, you get information of shot as well. So clearly that works in their favor. They're like, okay, you know what? You're not got information of shot, but this wall which is there by Viper, but chaos right there, immediately the detection coming into play, and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure out my way through.
Hunter's Fury coming out from the Sova. And it looks like a spam through from the Harbor ult, but it's not getting much. The first blood going the way of one-man army, and that's completely stalled. Exit's pushed, and it looks like Exit is going to rotate off this. Rain here playing over by B, but it's up to see if one-man army decides to rotate here. Wheezy with great pick.
Wheezy.
Great pick from Wheezy. The Harbor wall goes up, but Wheezy going to play in front of it. You push out, and it looks like Exit has rotated back towards B. They're trying to drag these rotates away from A. Here we go. Harbor Cove comes up. They're going to push out. There's the Viper's Orb. Sky Flash comes out. Will it get a pick off that? Spam's going to get spammed. Plant's going to get spammed. But that's
What?
2 from the Viper who managed to get underneath in hell.
But that's time. They won that round. One-man army. They did it with time. Can you imagine the attackers getting the picks at the very last second? In the last few seconds, they're getting all the picks. But it didn't matter because the plant wasn't down. One person who you have to keep in mind right now for Exit is K. I want to say K trying to initiate the entry flag. Like, the issue is he's being the first, like, okay, if you look at stats, that's first blood and first killed. First killed. Issue is he is being the first killed. As such, your duelists, when they are getting killed first, you get killed a bit later, that is fine. But if you get killed first, there's no entry flag opportunity, is there?
You want to get killed preferably after you succeed in your duties of being the entry frag. But Kyra, he's made space so far. He has B site under control, and this is what we're talking about, that proactive entry frag. You've done your job, and that's going to allow exit a free site here. It's going to be a pinch coming out from CNA for the defense here. You can see if they can retake this. That's the Viper with a great first pick onto the Jet. Kyra with another one, but Omen on the other side. Chaos able to get a pick in return, but Kyra with three on the round. Rain takes another, but the blind is too much, and it's going to be a beautiful round coming out from exit.
Oh my, Kai is just like, you know what? I've heard enough. I don't know if he can already hear us, but if he can, he's like, you know what? I had enough. So I'm done. Okay,
I mean,
turns
I
out,
really did hear you there.
by the way,
It was like he needs to step up, and did step up.
yeah. But the thing is, I just realized this. The Z keep is actually peaks backwards. It's you have to look at it backwards, and I'm like, oh my god. Imagine now you have to look at all the names. I'll just say peak, but now the showstopper is out an opportunity. He has gone all the way in, but guess what? Inside was empty. There's nobody
Using
on
this
site.
wall against them. That's one of the things of this Viper wall, is that it can be used to allow for some flanks here. Oh, but there might be a read here on this flank coming up from two members. It's a great first pick from Peaks here. And it's another one from Chaos, but the Viper gets two. Deucerus, two on the round. Wheezy with another. Rain, and now it's 3v1. Exit in the back foot. Tad with a great first pick there. It can be
They both are
Rolling
low.
Thunder there coming out. That's going to push the members back. He's going to have to play for stall here. He's got one flash done in 3.
Isolate the fight. He's going for an aftershock. He's open. He gets one. And now time is ticking with 7 bullets left. 92 HP. He realizes that the defense have to go for the defuse. Time is favoring him. He doesn't need to peek. He's made a bit of footsteps. The half defuse not coming in, but guess what? VZ's right there. He gets the pick, but that would be that. A little bit too late for VZ as the spike detonates. And clearly, it is 4-3 in favor of exit. But VZ tried. He tried so hard, and you can clearly see this. 11 kills already, and 5 just goes to show how many. In what? 7 rounds? That's impressive stuff.
A great job there from Tad playing the clutch scenario so well, knowing that he has to stall in time and what an agent to do it with. Reach there, perfect agent in that opportunity to stall out that time. We're going to see the Viper Spit being used in C main here. As long as the alarm bot inside of it, I really like that. It's going to be very free intel. That's going to be very dangerous to push because you just spam off that alarm bot. But there's 3 already in B. It looks like we're going to get in contact soon. No. Was the Sova retreating?
Oh,
Great pick out from
what?
Fair Shooter onto Zortox. That's going to be the first blood going the way of one-man armies that are looking to take this from B main. That's going to be the lockdown possibly coming out. It's going to come out in garage. Here, that's going to flush out all the members all of B here. It's a great pick from Peaks as well. Somebody tried to push that alarm, push that lockdown, and the defuse should come out and for free here. Chaos with 2 on this round. That's going to be a clean retake coming out inside a one-man army. Lockdown had to be used there, but that is nice.
I mean, the lockdown had to be used, and the thing is, if you're using an ultimate, you need to get like as much as, how to put, as much as control or usage from it, efficiency per se, and they did. They got the diffuse easily. The attackers had to be like, okay, you know what? We cannot even stop the diffuse. And that's when VZ was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the diffuse. Didn't need to worry about anybody coming and attacking him. And yeah, got a clean diffuse in. But here's another thing which I want to bring to your mind is that the attackers are always going towards A. They're always going towards A long or A short. They are not looking at C at all for some reason, which is very interesting to look at because guess what? VZ is right here. He's hungry. He goes down, K and Zoros get the man, and now guess what? A site is again kind of empty, but Chaos is there. He can play in the smokes. Does he realize that the aftershock is coming towards him? The flash coming in, blocking one, blocking two. Chaos is playing still in the smoke, and Rain is there for the
Enemy remaining.
backstab. But guess what? Tad gets out of nowhere, and clearly the site is theirs, and it's all left to Rain.
Think about
Make
this
it
game.
Rain, Nico.
Oh, one pick from Rain coming out there isn't able to isolate the 1v3. Great job from Exit getting that round, but wanted to comment on how often they go A. When you have this Viper Harbor, you're able to cut up the site very easily, and it's very exploitable. You've seen this from a lot of, tier 1, tier 2 teams, as that the best site, the most abusable site in this map here is A, especially if they don't have somebody positioned with an op on A long or short. So when you take that away, especially with that Viper wall at the start of the round, you're able to get a lot of control, cut up the site. It's really hard to defend against this specific double control of the Harbor Viper when they push A. So not looking towards C, not looking towards B. It's not the worst of options here. And clearly, it's working for them as they're up 5-4 right now, calling out one-man armies timeout there.
I mean, what more can I say? What more do I need to say? It's very interesting to see, like, right now, what is happening, because in front of us, a tactical timeout has already been done. We are in round number 10, and we've already seen a tactical timeout. And this has been quite an. There's a cast in India who says even Stevens so much that it got to my nerves. But so I'm just going to say this has been quite a break-even game. Both the teams are winning around, losing around, winning around, losing around. But now, guess what? The things that they've heard of, you know what, we're going to try Seaside. VC is not there, and it's only Chaos on Sheriff. The Suwata detects one, and immediately Chaos has been detected, and using the smoke, they have to push back. But guess what? The Harbor smoke, using the Clove as a way to stop vision in. Using the Reckoning as well. But guess what? There's so much of util dump that has been put over here that all he needs to do, VC, is to be away and stay away. But guess what? I don't think so anybody's looking up in the air to see how many people are there. Maybe maybe they said, you know what? If we use all these ultimates, they're expecting that. However, they're expecting this backstab because I've seen it every single round. But guess what? This time you can see the discipline from one-man army. There is no backstab.
There is no backstab, but we're looking at this very slow rotate off from Exit. They slowly creeped away from C, and it's up to Kyra to get an exit off C in main, maybe get intel that nobody's there. He's going to start lurking up. This could be a bad read coming out from one man's army as they've completely stacked A. We're seeing the conditioning take place right here. It's going to be all 5 members. They've cut noise and they're returning back to C. Here comes the exit, and there's nobody to greet them. None of the members of One Man Army are going to be hearing anything that is going on right now. Viper Spit coming out, taking control of Garage, and that's going to be really hard to push back into.
It is going to be quite tough, but it's just that you have to keep Viper safe. Like you can see over there, Seaside is only, like, the entry from Garage is blocked. Rest is not. The spike is not even there. The spike is outside the... So as such, using, like, you can see with the Skydog being used, you can get a lot of information. So immediately now they have to burst forward and try and use all the smoke that they can. An opportunity coming in, using getting one from his blades. Fire shooter getting one from a frenzy, and now the clutch coming in immediately. Tad being there at the right place at the right time and getting the clutch and taking his team to 6-4. This is the first time. This is like after a long time that they've got a cushion of 2 points. Like you can see that. But that's the thing. We've seen this trend again. Cushion of 2, then they lose. Then they get another cushion of 2, then they again lose. So clearly, Exit have to take this momentum forward because there's 2 more rounds left on the attack. And they'll have to create some magic to go forward.
They will have to do some magic to go forward. But let's be honest here, one more round for them. A 5-7-1/2 wouldn't be the worst here from One Man Army. Wheezy taking the initiative. That could have been a collateral, but an unfortunate move there sends the op shot flying into the sky. And that's going to be a great first blood from Exit. And now they're going to start working up towards B. Know that Peaks is here now, but will that intel be useful? Chaos with 1, but immediately gets traded there. 3v4 on this retake.
Absolutely right. 3v4 on this retake, and you can see that the Viper mollies by Rain is on point. They are affected and making the opponents vulnerable and such. Cave is trying something very interesting, coming through spawn, because I don't think they are expecting somebody to come through spawn because time is ticking again. The spike is already down. They have to go for it. But Rolling Thunder coming again, and this time there is a frenzy which has been caused. Zelos takes advantage of this, getting to a place, but guess what? Fresh Shooter's right here. Guess what? Flashes his opponent an opportunity, but nothing doing. Exit takes another round. And guess what? That's 4-7, 7-4 in their favor. Now, you have to ask the question. The attackers are now getting the groove. Is this a little bit too late? Because we know Haven to be a very defense-minded map. Or this is going good for them now. Now, do you know what? We've got a cushion. Let's get another round, and we have a 4-map cushion. 4-round cushion. Apologies.
I think it is decent for one-man army since Exit does not have this Killjoy. Right? When we talk about the defense being strong on Haven, it's that Killjoy utility, the Killjoy control. Like, the Breach and Raze certainly is a powerful duo here for the side of Exit on the defense, but it isn't going to be having all that passive control that the Sentinels have. I think Exit has a more attacker-sided comp here. So this could possibly still be even at a 7-5, maybe even an 8-4, but I think it's a little bit risky to call that match even if one-man army loses this round. And we're already seeing that Peaks has a Bulldog. This is an unfortunate buy. Chaos has a Bulldog as well, a Guardian out from Wheezy. So the buys are lower, and that is a great first blood from Duros on the flank. Deucerus is in trouble, might have to get a second here. Paranoia is beautiful coming out from Chaos. It's going to be Showstopper pop from Car. Zoltox at 1, but a trade from Peaks. That's 2 more bloods. And that's plays with 2 in the end of the round. It's going to be 8-4 Exit with the lead in this half.
Exit with the lead, and well-deserving lead, because they have been able to find out when they need to wait for the backstab, and they take advantage of it. And they also know that, okay, you know what, we might not have a backstab, so let's just change our plan, let's just burst forward. And clearly, that's working in their favor now, isn't it? Like, you can see that in the scoreline right here, 8-4 in their favor. But another thing to bring in to everybody's mind is, you look at the Asian comps, you see VZ, he was 11-5, and then he in round 7, and by the time we reach round 12, he's just 39. So a little bit of a form reduction that you could see from VZ. I think he got a little bit too comfortable. But now let's see VZ with the comfort that he's on attack, that freedom that you expect a Jet to have. Let's see what magic he can put on Site C, because Site C has only one anchor, and that is none other than Viper. So it's all left to Viper to figure out, you know what? If I'm going down taking somebody. So let's see. Flashed again. The aftershock just coming in, just reducing that space. But do they know that Hubble has a little bit of a gap? Another flash being used. Dead. Everybody's behind on the backside. They're just praying and praying, hoping. The Viper wall goes down. So to the Harbor wall, and this begins. Stat gets the first pick. Make that 2. He's ready. K is helping out his teammate, but he goes down as well. Rain and Peaks is just making sure that this is not ending. Another opportunity, but guess what? The defenders are here. Exit takes a round for themselves. The score is 9-4.
Adds 4 on the round for Tad as well. That's 4 points towards that Rolling Thunder. A very important ultimate to have on the defense here. And that's going to be the pistol going the way of Exit. You know, 8-4 was doable, but 10-4 is going to be a lot harder to crawl back of. So we want to see if maybe one-man army forces here, tries to get the round, or if they're going to play this safe. We're seeing the Outlaw coming out from Kyr here. That shall be interesting. Posted up A, man. I think that's a great place to have this. And that's going to be a slow default. The Omen is very far in, but so far it looks like just a slow B push coming out from the side of one-man army. Ooh,
And now it's
what a
going down. Weezy gets
shot.
one, and he makes
Spike
a
planted.
clean headshot, but Weezy gets one, and now K gets another. And now we are in a 4v4 situation. But the spike is down. So now it is all left to one-man army of how they want to deal with this. K gets one. They have the superior weapons as well. So anytime the defenders, the defenders have to push together. Whereas the attackers are just like, okay, you know what can we do? What can we do? Let's just hope Weezy gets another, make that 3. But his
Weezy-
location was given away.
Mhm. Wheezy with 3 on this round is massive, however. 3 and the plant is a great economy situation, especially because exit forwards up Guardians, Bulldogs, and an Outlaw there. That's going to be a weaker buy coming out from exit, and they're going to have a clean third gun round here. That is a clean round for One Man Army. They didn't get the round per se, but now they're going to prevent this economy snowball that could have come out from exit that would have surely put One Man Army in their grave. But good job, Car. Or good job, exit, for getting the round, but good job, Wheezy, on One Man Army. Get those 3Ks, and looking at a slow default coming out again from the side of.
I mean, this time they have the superior weapons. So let us see, with the superior weapons, how do they deal with the attack? Slays is just holding a very risky angle on the stinger. He gets one, and immediately the spray has worked in their favor, and they have to retreat right away. Because guess what? They have done the deed. The first pick is in their favor, and now they know that, hey, look, there could be somebody over here. Clearly now there should be reinforcements coming in right away to tell, like, you know what? Naz, I need somebody at A because one of us is low. And you know what? The interesting part is they don't have any form of heals either. The attackers lost their heals, and the defenders have no heals. So now you can see the slow shift that could be seen. They all are trying to stack up into A side. But there are still 2 people on stingers. Both of them are on stingers. Chaos bursting forward slowly and steadily, being the omen, but he get detected with the dart, and there is that. The dart will not be taken away, and guess what? It has detected one. The spray comes in, Weezy gets one. But the flank has been taken away by Tad, and now they know that, you know what, this is going to be an A hit. The paranoia coming into their way. Do they know that K is still here? K has made no noise at all. K has an opportunity for a chance, a hope, a belief. Weezy looking up. Does he know the flash coming into play? Weezy comes out of space. K gets his man, and now there is an opportunity. K is still low on 15th HP. Meanwhile, there's another flank coming in. And this time it's chaos. Can he cause a chaos? He gets one. The spike is trying to be diffused. He doesn't care. He's just going to spray and pray. But guess what? The defenders are smart enough for this. They don't need to worry. The plant didn't work in their favor. It really did not. It backfired.
That
It
is
would
a
have put in the
great.
default spot, which is in front of the ball. Maybe Chaos had an opportunity.
Exactly. That plant is a very risky plant. It's for main. It is for that control. You're able to hold it for main very easily. Like the God plant on C, it is able to be sprayed down a lot. It is easier to get these spray down kills due to your only being able to defuse on one half of the spike. So that's why he was planted there. But however, I guess you said if that was planted on default, I personally think that Omen Chaos had that round there in his hands. Spray down would have been a lot easier. Wouldn't have to deal with wallbang damage or even trying to wallbang at all. So we're going to see a fast pivot towards A here. It's going to be the showstopper coming out, and it gets 2.
One enemy
Tied with
remaining.
a third on the round, and Sova with the first blood as well. That's going to be a 1v4 now, as Peaks has to get the 1v5 ace clutch here in this round with the Guardian, and it's not happening.
It's not happening, but we're going to match point, and that was a brilliant 4K right there by K. He has made me eat my words to be like, K is not performing, but guess what? K is performing now. When it's needed, he's there. And that showstopper was used so well to get the space, and he was still alive by the end of it as well. It didn't result in a situation where the showstopper has backfired on him, but guess what? Look at the buy of the attackers. It is a broken buy. I'm surprised that Chaos is not deciding to buy anything. He's going for a classic as well as half shields, but now Rain using that outlaw It's been a while. I was expecting somebody to use it, but I'm really happy that it's out now. But let's see. The Outlaw, a sniper, a 140 body shot,
Really fast.
253 on the head.
Yeah, really fast 140 damage that is able to be popped. A really easy possibility of getting a double body shot there and getting the kill. Peaks with that Vandal is going to be able to take out Deucers, which is possibly a retrievable gun there for the side of One Man Army, but they're going to play slow. They're going to let that smoke fade. They're going to keep playing this default. They're looking for some aggression coming out from Exit, and great strategy from them because Exit has been a little bit more aggressive than One Man Army was on their defense. So this could be very punishable, but they're going to see that the op is C and they're going to run like scaredy cats away from that op. Great choice there. And it looks like they're going to pivot towards A, which is being read currently by Exit here. Is they're going to have 2 members
30
already
seconds left.
positioned there, and that smoke should get these members off B as well. The rotate trying to come quickly here. Seeing the Hunter's Fury get popped as well from Heaven. That's going to get some tags, but no kills secured. Peaks with another. Peaks with 3 on the round. Wheezy with another. And now all of a sudden it's a 1v4 and a flawless round. Rain with the Outlaw putting Tad in the grave. And that's going to be 5-12. One Man Army still in this match, but they have an absolute mountain to climb up if they want to take this map.
I mean, what more can I? That was a really, really, really good round. Let's just be honest. I expected like, okay, they were out of broken pie. What can they do? But little did I know that they had something cooking up the sleeve, and this tactical timeout is much needed because it's like in a way, it's surprised that the attackers have taken the tactical timeout because I felt like okay, momentum would be going towards their side. Let's just try to cause a snowball effect. Let's just hope for a comeback. But the fact that the attackers have taken a timeout is very interesting to watch. But anyhow, getting back in, the defenders now realize that you know what, we can just play on the retake. We don't need to worry so much because we are when they showed the operator, it was like, oh, we are showing a little bit too many cards or like too many cards for my deck, and clearly that is not required. They just hold it back, have some fun, and see how it is. And I think so. Slayers, I don't know why is he holding a judge, or is he just trying to troll it around? But if he tries to go on a full shield and a judge, it's going to be very interesting to see what angle he's going to be holding.
Judge is actually decently powerful on this map. You can see the double Judge coming out. The Viper is expected. I think that is the more of an expected buy coming out from Viper of all agents. But we're seeing the Odin come out from Zoltox as well. An interesting buy. Certainly you see it more on maps like Ascent and Sunset where the walls are paper, but
There.
on he'll be holding C long with this Omen. Interesting. He's going to fall off the angle right as he sees the shoulder peak. Now there's no one defending C any longer.
The interesting part is the angle which will be held. One must know that even the cage has a lockdown available on the attack. So clearly that could be used as a backup. But look at Slays. He's bursted forward. He's gone to A lobby. He's just holding and chilling that angle over there. VZ, they're all onto side. Fresh to get the first man, and now there's an opportunity. It is the timing. It's the judge, and he gets his pick. And immediately, now it's a 4v4. They know where they are. Guess what? But Drain gets his man, taking the advantage to their favor, and a spray coming in by VZ. He's just showing, you know what? Y'all can try a level, but you can be a little bit cheeky, but that's not working today, is it? Slays has a judge.
That was a great pick. Weezy's pick was great. They had a Sky Flash supporting that, pops out of the smoke, and the spray from Harbor onto that with that Odin was not able to connect. And that's actually pretty pivotal. Odin, one of the more expensive guns in the game. It's going to hit some economic damage, and they're already damaged enough. They were buying judges in this round, trying to get these exits. Weezy catching out Slays, trying to push up with that judge. Carter's going to save the op, but that's going to be a great 6th round from One Man Army. And I said they had a mountain to climb. It just looks like maybe, possibly, they're going to climb out on this mountain.
I mean, what more do you need me to say? What more do you really need me to say? Because clearly, these people are now cementing a little bit of a comeback. A little bit. I'm not going to say too much. Just a tiny bit. because you still see the gap. It's 6 rounds. 6 rounds and the economy still there. He has the operator with him as well. So now let's just see what happened. The aftershock coming in. The defenders are playing a bit more aggressive over here. Mano, that's going to backfire because guess what? Zorox is just standing there. He gets his pick and immediately flashes back. They know that there's an operator in play. He is just holding an angle. Meanwhile, the attack is trying to have a split. The spike is still down, might I add.
Mike is down. That's going to be down outside B. There's nobody contesting that, but one-man army playing very cautious. They don't want to accidentally give up a pick trying to retrieve that. It's great patience coming out from them, but they are one member down, and Exit is very powerful in this scenario. They really know how to play their numbers here. Wheezy going to be pushing up, trying to get garage control. Tab, see if he can contest this. He's not going to, as a
You should run.
lockdown is going to come out there. And,
One enemy remaining.
oh, great pick
Dude,
from Peaks.
teleport.
He realized that there's a possibility of
30
breach
seconds
being
left.
there.
Spike planted.
But
So-
it's all left to slay is what
All left up
I
to
must say
Slay's
this-
deed.
So for a second I felt we teleported to another map, but I think so I was just I don't know what happened over there. But
A.
point being is now okay, the spray just comes in and that's a team ace. Every single player now the comeback. I believe right now would be the right time for them to like, you know what, let's just slow down a bit. And why don't we just do one thing? Why don't we just take a tactical timer? Why don't we just like have a cup of tea, sip it of coffee, and chill down a bit? Because it's from a moment of they have lost 3 rounds in a row. They were in a very comfortable position. Now they don't look that comfortable either. They are now trying to, I guess, just have some weapons to use just to see if they can have a broken by over here. But that's the thing, the defenders exit suddenly are trying to go very aggressive. For some reason, they're trying to get a lot of space. And guess what? Chaos has just done that. That was such an aggressive peak by K that look at where K died. Just look
And that's
at
a
it.
Guardian down as well. They're Exit's buy is not fantastic. Gonna have their Guardian die all the way over there. An amazing pick from Distras, but Wheezy with an amazing trade. He's gonna be faking the exit here. This is a beautiful fake all the way towards A. Slays is gonna hear this, but he caught out with his pants down, or more accurately, caught out with his shock out. That's gonna be a great pick coming out from One Man Army. It's gonna call the rotates over to a site, but they're gonna have this site free. There's not enough time for Exit to get back in. It's Zoltox with a Marshall here to try to make things happen. Great pick from
This play
Tad there.
coming in. It's still a 3v2, but Spike is down. Harbor ball being used just to isolate the fights, but one of them is low. You can see the zap is low, so the flash has to be used in the right space at the right time. The stun coming in, an opportunity. But guess what? They didn't go together, and it's 8-12 now. Oh, baby, baby. This doesn't look good. Because clearly, if somehow they mount a comeback, I have to question a lot.
This is One Man Army again. They're climbing up this mountain here, and in my opinion, it's all off of Exit. They haven't been managing their aggression and their money so well. They've been on this broken week 5 for a couple rounds now, and they're able to buy up rifles and an op here this round, but in return, they have light shields instead, and we know that Fowler just introduced a weapon kind of aimed at countering light shields here. Not that One Man Army is rocking the Outlaw, but this is a weak scenario for Exit. Here comes the entry frag coming out from Wheezy. This is going to be the Viper's Pit to secure this round. That's a great choice
Spike planted.
coming out from One Man Army because they need this round.
Look at Chaos. Look at Chaos position. He's trying to teleport away. He's trying to just waste time, and he's doing that very successfully. I'm surprised nobody's just going in for the diffuse. Like, the spike is in B. Why is nobody contesting? Like, just press in. Wheezy gets his pick, and immediately this is now going to just backfire. The Viper's Pit goes down as well. but they know that there's somebody there is a backstab there. Using the clove. Time is ticking. Using the harbor wall as well. He gets one pick. The diffuse is coming to play. He gets he sticks it half. An opportunity now. It's all left to Slays. But Slays goes down. And the attackers win this round as well.
Great flank coming out from Chaos. They set it up a brilliant push out. And, you know, the Harbor Cove came out and One Man Army did a great job at shutting down Weezy and some of the members that were on that B side, but they couldn't handle the extensions here. They couldn't handle that KJ holding back far. It couldn't handle the Sky. And especially it couldn't handle that Omen flank. So now, I mean, look at their buy. We're seeing Guardians. We're seeing Judges come out once again. That's a Bulldog as well. The buy is super weak for One Man Army, or for Exit here. And One Man Army, they're rocking a 5-round cash pile.
I mean, you will have the high, if I'm correct, when you have lost so many rounds, you will have like a 3-match like losing bonus per se. And Exit have not been able to make the most of it. They don't need to aggress. They need to play back. Like, please play back. Because ideally you have lower weaponry. So there's no point of you rushing onto a side. There's no point of you holding in very tough angle. K right here. You can see that K has a tendency of just speaking a bit too early. And will this backfire again? He decides, you know what? I'm just going to hold it back. I'm just going to be a bit more cautious, a bit more wary. But you can see the tendency slowly peeking out, slowly peeking out. You can see it. That hunger, that need for that aggression for that first pick. She sees something. They see something. The ping comes in. Like, yep, there is a play over here. And you can see now the attackers are slowly. But guess what? What on earth is Viper doing? K gets one. Can he get another? Weezy goes down, and this could be an opportunity to backfire. But guess what? Weezy gets the pick with the paranoia. And now they don't know where the stun is.
Great.
The plant is coming down.
Plant is down indeed here. And that's going to be all the members healed up. Rain gonna see the members in garage here. Good intel. That's going to force people to look over that way. Silverdart gets shot out. Chaos the pick onto Zasova itself. Zoltox with the trade here. Aftershock coming out. Wheezy gets picked there. Zoltox now all of a sudden it's a 3v1, but a great post. It's not planted for them. He's going to get this defuse for free, and the Cove secures. That's going to be match going to Exit. Going to be, I mean, One Man Army. They almost made that comeback, but it was not enough there.
I mean, insane stuff. Like, legit insane stuff. This was really good. Like, the last round was played very smart. You wait for the perfect moment to be like, you know what? Okay, now let's just push. K, you could see the tendency which we were talking about. That need to find that angle. The need to get. But they got the first pick, and they made VZ go very low on HP. And that was done. Job's done. Congratulations. The rest of the team came very smart. They didn't peek. They were not solo peeking. They were not dry peeking either. They were the stance by the breach. It was even like the flash by the breach, which is why they could push onto side to get the diffuse. And guess what? The Harbor Clove at the end, the cherry on the top.
All right. And yeah, I mean, great work from, and I'm looking at this scoreboard here. Great work from the members of Exit. They're all right next to each other on that scoreboard. They're all doing fantastic. But about that, we shall be going to a short 5-minute break. Stay right there in your seats. We will be back. Welcome back. We have once again we're back from this break. We had a little bit of a timeout. We had a play returning, but we are good to go on Lotus now. I'm excited for Locust. Draco, any thoughts about Lotus?
To be honest, Lotus, we have gone from one map with 3 sides to another map with 3 sides, so it's fine. But I think so. If you're playing on the new Lotus, there's a lot of changes. I mean, some changes which are very important, like how the walls are for defenders as well on A side, as well as certain changes that are made to A link. But the biggest change I think so is the C side, like the difference in plant, like the plant side, yeah. Like the zone that is you're allowed to plant in is very different compared to one that was previously there. So it's going to be interesting to watch how these teams adapt to these changes.
We're going to be seeing possibly a chamber coming out from Kara, but no, it's going to be going to that Killjoy. I was about to say, we see a chamber on Lotus. I might freak out here. The op is certainly good on this map, but in terms of utility, especially on these 3-site maps, you really want that Killjoy, or at the very least a Cypher. But we're going to be seeing the Killjoys on both sides. We're going to be seeing the double initiator coming out from one-man army with the Sova breach on Lotus. I really like that. And we're going to be seeing the Harbor Viper possibly come out again from the side of exit. That's okay. Oh,
I mean, one thing that's cute. That's interesting. That's very interesting because there's one thing that you have to keep in mind that the reason why Chamber, I think so, is not that dangerous of a pick now is due to how the map has changed. So Chamber's teleport allows you to go through A link into B side, like A side
Choose
and B
your
side
agent.
quite easily without getting detected. So depends how you use the agent. Else, any agent,
definitely. And
honestly,
the
I'm
teleport
surprised that
is
there's no fade.
There'd be no Fade here. Honestly, I think once again, Sova has replaced Fade on yet another map. It's sad, but
Not
we're back to
again.
the Sova meta. And as sad as I am about that, we're going to be seeing no Sova coming out from exit. Instead, we're going to be seeing the breach KO. They're going to be lacking in that recon, that hard recon you have with Sova. There's still going to be a decent amount of intel coming out on the side of Slays. But an interesting comp, still sticking with this Harbor Viper. I mean, we've been seeing tier 1, tier 2 teams love this Harbor Viper. It's a great comp. It's very consistent. You get a lot of smoke coverage. But their one weakness right now is they don't actually have a duelist. They're running a no duelist comp on Lotus. So they're going to be having to contact up here on these sites. They're not going to have that explosive raise entry that we're so used to seeing on this map.
You can talk about race being like not having a race could backfire, but ideally over here, I think so. They realize that what, we're playing on defense. For the first few rounds, let's just try to get as much as map control as we can, and then we see how we play the rest of the rounds. Because ideally, right now, they don't need the race. They would not need the race at all. They would rather need somebody to get them information. That'd be more crucial, in my opinion. But clearly, we're back again, and all the way best to everybody.
You say you'd want some more information instead of that raise here, but instead they decided to bring KO there. But let's see how one-man army is gonna explosively, get out of this map. I've seen some interesting smokes being used here in tier 1 and tier 2 play on C site specifically. That are still very useful, especially with the new changes. So I'm excited to see what happens here on this map. They're going to be slowly walking back.
Right here.
Look at
You see
look at the
Rubble.
position of look at his positioning. Players just waiting. That's a cross map knife that's coming into play. Immediately, the paranoia being used, as well as the flash is being used like there's no tomorrow. VZ is just like, okay, what on earth is happening over there? Both the players of exit were just caught off guard, and now it's all left to Zola. But he also goes down.
He goes down here. We get to see this new and improved
seconds
A
left.
site coming out.
Planted.
See that
Last player
center
standing.
area is no longer a tunnel. Deuce with the pick on the back, Kyre with the pick on the
Ooh.
flank. interesting swap of roles. Car going from the entry frag to the killjoy. It's kind of two drastic opposites. But as a Sentinel duelist player myself, I do enjoy. And this could be a final pick coming out from Wheezy. 3 on the round, 3 towards that showstopper. And that is going to be the first pistol going the way of one-man army. This is really important for them.
It is really important, but the fact of the matter is, they are, if I'm correct, they're even a map down. So it's like, okay, you know what? What can we do now? What do we have to do? Just win as much as we can. And now with the broken boy, you can see a very interesting broken boy over here. And they're forcing it as well. The defenders are like, you know what? Come on to the side. We'll just show you who's boss. And all of them are holding marshals, and it can immediately begin over the tidal wave being used as well. The flashes. But fast shooter using a bulldog. I don't know, we're just getting a pick through the smoke as well. Meanwhile, VZ and Chaos just trying to increase the amount of control that they have over the side, using the drone to get more information. The smoke coming in, blocking information in a very ideal manner.
Here
But then I
we
think
go.
they get this plant down as well.
I'm gonna have to get this plant down now. Here, A main only really being held by that breach. And it looks like this might be a B pivot instead. Instead of breaking broken, they're gonna go back, and this could be a C push or a C rotate coming out from the side of one-man army with only 45 seconds left in the match. Time is gonna start being an issue here.
But look at Chaos's positioning. He is literally at the back. So now there's a bit of pain. And guess what? Raid has taken advantage.
30 seconds left.
They're wondering, like, hello, what is happening? Why is there an agent over here? But guess what? Now it's all left to him. Do they know that he's waiting over there? But no, Rain is there. Mr. Rainmaker being right there. And you can see now
Planted.
the spike being planted in a corner, which was not allowed previously because there was no opportunity to plant over there. But now with the new update, you get planted over there and you get a bit more angles. And I think so that is working in their favor now. But 2 rounds go to one-man army.
And one of the things about that round there was Exit forced up marshals and stingers there. So they're going to not be able to buy a full rifle around here. And instead, they're going to have to go with a weak force buy with Guardians and Outlaw. And I think I saw a Judge as well. So a weak buy coming out from Exit to match the bonus buy of one-man army. This is anyone's round. Normally, you want that round 3 to be free, but it's no longer free as Wheezy gets the first pick. Wheezy absolutely cracked on this duelist here. Saw they were top of their team last match, and now they're keeping up that performance. Quick push, Chaos taking backside immediately, taking this little new cubby here.
Spike planted.
I mean, you take the cubby and it works in your favor, and now Chaos just showing that, you know what, I've got the ability to cause a lot of havoc over here. Using the shout step to just angle himself into a better position. Zoltox with a bulldog, he realized that, okay, you know what, we've got space. But guess what? All the attackers have now pushed back. They're near 3. So if somehow you're just stopping the diffusion coming over, guess what? Chaos out of nowhere, find an angle, knowing where to shoot, spraying and praying, and guess what? That's a flawless. And one-man army have just taken another round in their favor. It's 3-0. Where is this aggression? Where was this aggression for one-man army in the last game?
And that's very important round because Exit has been forced up on that bonus, right? Normally when you lose a force, you tend to give round 3 away by not buying up because you want to be able to at least have round 4 as a full rifle round. But they forced up again, and now they're forcing up again with this stinger buy. They are going to be on the back foot here on out, and that is really bad for the side of Exit. They're going to need these rounds. One-man army cannot be getting away with this. They still have that. They still have the Guardians from their bonus. They didn't buy up. They're reading a save here, and it honestly is working. Oh, that cubby! Fire with that cubby, playing the knowledge check of this new map. A Wheezy with the pick here.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, it's another opportunity, but guess what? One-man army are just not pulling it back, are they now? They're just playing for praise. Guess what? This is an opportunity, but oh, he's low. But the plant comes down, and now he decides, you know what? I'm just gonna save.
I think he was maybe possibly looking to grab one of his teammates' weapons, but nobody died over there. So we might see, he might be able to pick up, I think there is a Vandal down for him very close by and could look to save. He is at 10 health. But that's going to be the alarm bot finding him. He's going to try to knife in response. The stun comes out and it's very hard. Maybe a beautiful flash here could possibly work. I mean, that's one, but he's got no more flashes. It's a 1v1 now. Looking for the right clicks, but Peak's going to take that out. Guardian wallbang. That's the 4th round on the board there. That is quite awful for Exodus. Once again, I think they forced that round. They're going to be able to buy full Vandals here, but they're not going to be able to buy full shields. We're seeing Rain already with the Odin. We're seeing 4.8, 8.3 credits on Peaks. Going to be getting a tech timeout here as Zoltalk's having a little bit of an issue. But fear not here. As, I mean, we can see here, we get to see a little bit of screenshot here. We're looking at a 2-0-3 defense. The only person they have holding down B is that turret. And guess where every single member of One Man Army is lined up outside of B. This is going to be probably a free site at the beginning of the round, and getting a post plant on B is going to be pretty obnoxious for the side of Exit here. But here we go.
The detection coming into play right away. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. The showstopper being used by VZ. He's already entered into B Link as well. He's got so much of area and space, but now is the showstopper giving any noise? They now know he's back on site. But what are the attackers? What are the defenders doing? Why are they waiting there? The Rolling Thunder being used as well. Hello, can somebody just look, because he can just a man out of nowhere. What is this chaos? Rain is just putting it down now, and guess what? It's a 3v2. Defenders getting one. This is another opportunity. They know where they are. Detection coming to play, but the defusal coming. But nope. Peak says nothing doing. I'm here, and we're going to take 5 rounds. But here's the thing. I think so. If I want to be honest, I feel like Exit is trolling a little bit now, because they are forced it so much. Are they forced it again?
Forcing again.
Yeah.
This is very risky. They want to try to bank on getting around and flipping the momentum, but in all honesty, they're just giving way too much of a bank already to One Man Army. We see Peaks on 9k. There's another member on 6.3k already. This is very bad for Exit. But I wanted to talk about some of the new changes to B site that have come out on Lotus that impacted that B round.
Spike down.
Secret is more important now that it's bigger. Tied with a great first blood. But you can no longer plant on this left wall since they bumped that wall out a bit more to the left. Deuce is a great pick here. Trying to go for a second as well. Gonna get called out by that Hunter's Fury. He's gonna peek through the harbor. Tied here, and One Man Army bringing this back with Chaos and Peaks in the secondary, but Tad with another blood there. Now all of a sudden it's a 1v2. Chaos feeding right into them. That's gonna be the knife to spot him out. Maybe he's looking for a push off that. In fact, nothing will come into that. Chaos reading that there's a member there is gonna push up B now. And that's very important. He's gonna use his smoke here. He should get a plant, but still has to deal with a 1v2. It looks like it's a Guardian and Bulldog he has to play against. Planting for main. See what happens.
Spike planted.
Spike is down, and now you wonder what can he do. But he's decided, you know what? I'm just going to take another route, because he's holding the angle from the back. But guess what? Slays with the timing. He doesn't see him. Oh my god. He's not looking at him, does he? But he detects him. The detection has now worked. Do they know where he is? They don't. He's going for the knife. He gets the first pick and he gets the second. Chaos, you madman.
Chaos
He's
come in
literally-
and aimed the clutch. And you want to know why that happened? there was a KO knife
for it.
stuck into the wall of tree, right? And that KO knife was meant to see if Chaos was holding from tree for that plant, and it spotted Chaos. So the members of Exit believed, oh, Chaos is in tree, but in fact, just the corner of that KO knife found Chaos in that corner of stairs and provided false information to the team and had both of them staring down at tree.
Uh-oh, look at this positioning, but this time Chaos. He was a madman. He was somebody who couldn't be held down last time using his awareness. But this time it backfired. He gets a little bit cocky, just to get a bit hungry. But guess what? There's an aftershock that could be waiting. A roller thing that has been utilized now. Did they detect him using
Down A.
even? Oh my god, the null command has been used as well. And this has worked in their favor. But no, it hasn't. Somehow getting a pick in B. And now just trying to equalize the numbers. Weezy, it's all left to Kai. Kai is on an op, and he's got nothing to do.
He has got nothing to do. This is so unfortunate for him. He's gonna try to save this op, hopefully. But once again, now it's gonna be 7 rounds for one-man army unless this op can do the Lord's work. But probably won't. Probably will be saving here. This is so absolutely unfortunate for Exit. Hopefully they decide to save here and go for the 8th round. That's gonna get picked from Car, but that's intel gathered. They don't decide to go hunting for this op, knowing that Exit's probably still going to be weak on the guns. And Exit just has not been handling this economy well. Round after round, one of their members is on a light shield or has a guardian or a bulldog. And while they're able to get these ops up and rounding, they're getting these ops once every 7 rounds. Once every, like, 3 rounds. And it's not working. It's really not working for them. So I hope to see an adjustment. I hope to see them going to a lighter buy. In fact, they're going to be forcing up Vandals and Guardians here. They have enough for Vandals, so I'd say
Why
was
can't they
good.
go for an outlaw? I'm still wondering over here. The opponents are
reading
just dry peeking them, like when they're aggressing onto site. So why not just use an outlaw?
I don't think they want to have this second sniper when you have that operator. They do play very similarly. You're looking for these one shots by hitting that double tap. But one-man army actually buying the outlaw as well. This is a free B site. And Kyra getting 2 picks through the door. This is that door change where the middle stays open for longer is proving so pivotal for Kyrie there. But the backstab coming out from Wheezy might be pivotal as no members are looking back towards C site. This plant might give it away.
Uh-oh.
It does
Spike
give it
is
away,
down.
but now the sides have flipped.
You tend to wonder what is there the harbor wall being used, but there's little to no time. He does get detected the aftershock being used, so is the reckoning, and there begins the spray comes into play. And Omen is there at Link, but can Chaos? One down, he could clutch it out. Can he clutch it out again? He just goes into the deep end. Nobody detects him. He gets one, but it goes down. I was like, if that would happen again, I'd be like, what on earth am I watching?
Had a chance there, but the 1v5. Honestly, I thought he was going to TP in front of that KO, in front of the kill he got, but he actually TP'd behind. I mean, there was a chance, there was a possibility. It just wasn't planted for him in the end. And Exit finally get that first round they've been banking off of. Congrats. It took losing the half. Now that you have 7 rounds on the board for one-man army, there's no way you win the half. There's no 6-6. There's no 7-5 in the board. It took 7 rounds to get the first, and this is I mean, this could be the switch. A 7-5 is still decent going onto the attack on this map. Actually, very decent. But it's going to take a lot of effort here. Weezy already with that first blood. This is going to be very, very hard for Exit because, I mean, Weezy's been very good at, and one-man army in general has been very good at using these first bloods to their advantage. So let's see what exactly they do. Lockdown's going to get popped. Will they push for it? Great pick from Peaks as well. Looks like they are going to push for it. That's one pick. That's two picks. That's three on the round for Peaks, and the body spray.
Spike down.
BM coming up. A car with that pick in the back pocket. Once again, it's Kyr left in a as the only member left remaining, and now we get an 8th round possibly on the board for One Man Army. You got to start realizing that things are getting out of hand real quick.
That's 8 rounds, and there's no momentum being built. Like they tried, they had a very good round, the previous one, but this one wasn't the one. This has backfired, and again, look at their buys. Why are you? I'm trying to understand why they're forcing it. They don't need to. They don't really need to, but they still are. And at some point, it's gonna make me question the whole economics of Valorant completely. Like, hello, like what is the strategy? You're not winning anything. Shouldn't you like be like, okay, you know what? We'll just try to get some shields, or let's try something. Or this is just them trolling. Because this is them trolling, and they're doing like, you know what? We're gonna go to map 3. This is what is happening. Weezy, an opportunity. Weezy goes down. Tad gets his pick, and there is a tree that is there, but still the paranoia and the aftershock being utilized. Spray and pray.
A messy attempt for rubble control coming out there from Exit, but it does net them a 4v4 gunfight right now. The Harbor is taken out just for the raise of One Man Army. So, I mean, it was a risky play, but rubble control is very important on this map. So they tried to make their lesser guns work there, trying to get up close so they could keep rubble, but it just didn't end up working here. And Tad gets another, and Joesaurus gets another, but trades back and forth here. Spike is down in A main, so Exit kind of does have this advantage here, but Secret Control is in the way of One Man Army, so they're able to get that spike here. They can definitely get this round here with the B plant. I'm gonna go plant A. Kyr gets spotted out by this alarm bot. They know the gig is up. They're planning in the cubby. We shall see if Kyr once again left in a clutch scenario with this Vandal, with this operator, could do anything.
But he's pushed them back. But where is he going? What is this? What? Hello? Is he trying to get like a double op shot? They know that he could be coming from there.
He's
Like there was no
trying
tap on the spike either.
He's trying to see if the members are holding
Oh
for his
no,
flank.
no,
He
no! This is
realized
backfired. Yeah, it's backfired. He's
Rain
overcooked
getting
it. He overcooked it.
Rain with a third on the round there. That's just, I mean, a bad call out. I get it. He probably could have gone to that pick if he walked there, but the time, again, when you're in this post plant, you can't make big rotates like that. And I get it. He popped the lockdown down on the flank, so we knew that they know where he was. So he's like, they're going to keep an eye out on flank here. I'm going to backstab them with this great wraparound towards CT. But he ended up giving the gig up a little bit too early with that run there. And it did not work out. So that's 9 rounds on the board for One Man Army. And I have a feeling Exit's forcing again.
Not again.
Stingers.
This
Possibly
point is
can buy
making-
Vandals here. Rain takes out Slay's
At this
blind.
point,
That's
making
so
me-
unfortunate.
Yeah, they're making me question a lot of things. What more do you want me to say? Congratulations, they've done it. They have made the casters overthink about how they feel about Valorant. But guess what? This could be another round in their favor. Could we be seeing no Chaos is right there, swinging in through. Weezy just gets used. Chaos with the 2K. Oh my god, the advantages they had, but they don't know where Stide is. And this is going to be very interesting because they have he has a stun available as well as an aftershock. That first pixel, when he sees it, his teammate has to be supporting. The jiggle peak is coming into their way, and immediately he's forcing them to come on top, but he doesn't get a shot in.
His new corners being
The
held
wall
by
being
Chaos.
used, but the stun coming in, the aftershock being used, an opportunity. Zeros gets one. Maybe gets another, and this is all left to him, but he is him. It's 10-1. What are we watching? What are we watching?
Last round in the half.
Observers, can we hold tab for a long time here so I can contemplate Valorant as a whole? I already see 2 Bulldogs. I mean, 10 round. This is the last round and a half, right? You know, there is no
Yes.
opportunity to save here, but if this doesn't tell you how the economy went this half, I don't know what to say. 3 Bulldogs, a Guardian, and a Phantom at the last round. You really should have saved last round. You want to have a full advantage on this last half. In the last round, you don't want to lose this. You don't want to go 11-1, and already seeing the Breach get an entry, but Deucerus with the trade here narrowly misses that. I believe that was an outlaw shot. Could have been a Marshall. I doubt it was a Marshall, though. And we're seeing this pit, and it looks like One Man Army wants to contest the pit.
I'm left to question a lot of things. Like a lot of things. Because there's a wiper pit down, and the defenders, and it feels like the attackers are more confident to go, and then the defenders. The Rolling Thunder being used as well, trying to create that space and that opportunity, as well as a stun. And within some time, you can say, "I'll just be prayed, and he goes down." But guess what? Make that a 3. It's all left to him. The wiper, he's already got a 3K. He can go for ace if he wants to. Okay, he's got an opportunity. The spray has worked in the favor of the Guardian. It's one shot, and that's that.
All right.
10-2. 10-2.
10-2. There will be VCT enjoyers like me who will tell you that this is possible, right? Lotus is such an attacker-sided map that this is possible, but I'm here to shut down that opinion. If Exit keeps managing their money like this, they actually, I honestly, they don't even have a chance to manage their money like this. They are going to be forced to handle their economy very well. If they lose this pistol, they are on match point. It will be 12-2. They will most likely lose their force up or eco if they actually decide to not buy heavy. And they're going to be on the back foot for an entire half. They'll have to win every round after that. So we need to see some kind of cooking, and it missed. Deucerus with a great first pick though, and Kyra with the second. Is what we need to see out from Exit. They're going to be fast pushing out onto C here. We're seeing the aftershock being used towards Waterfall. I'm wondering if that can bite them in the back later with this corner there. But it is all of a sudden a 2v5 retake on C is the very Herculean task coming out from Rain and the KJ here. So not much that can be done. Peaks does get the first blood for One Man Army in this round, and a dart misses for Rain. Things aren't going well. We're seeing the Viper Orb come out there, and that is going to be Tad and Zoltox taking the round. That is a pistol for Exit, and that is pivotal. That is their chance to get back in on this match, but let's see how they manage their economy. One Man Army realize they have a lot of rounds they can play with. Look, they're not forcing round 2. Forcing round 2 is a risky strategy, but sometimes you need to realize that you need to save this map. You can't keep going for the risk. But I do like what I'm seeing out here from Exit's buy. They're going with that Outlaw. They're going with Guardians, these weapons that are really good at destroying low shield or shieldless players. So I'm excited to see what happens. We're seeing a fast C push come out here, and Peach misses their shots, and C is completely open.
It is completely open. The plant has been put down as well, and now, we see an outlaw right there by K. This is going to be very interesting to watch out, because any shots would result in a one-hit KO. Stun coming into play. Detection has been done. Does he get a shot in? Let's just find out. He's going in the... It's interesting that he's going right away. You didn't know that he's going to be in this corner. The flash coming in. He gets one. Oh, he tried. He tried so hard, but oh well. One could wonder. One could believe, but it didn't work out.
Has to clear this new corner here. Wheezy is going to look for it. And it's a 1v2 now, but time is almost out, and the Guardian spray is perfect coming out from Slate. That's 3 on the round. That's 3 more towards a KO ultimate. And that's going to be a 4th round on the board, but it was expensive. It was very expensive. 4 ghosts down there from a save from One Man Army. This was no force. This was a save, and we're seeing Exit are going to be buying back. They're not bonusing this round. They are forcing up their guns that have dropped. Once again, little disregard for saving economy, and I get it. You're down 6 rounds. The enemy's on 10. You might want to force here, but Exit not really handling their economy too well this match.
Exactly. I mean, it makes you wonder, okay, what could be happening? What could be next? Clearly now an opportunity being built up right here. Dad getting the orb in his favor. So I'm going to be put down as well. One might wonder. You can see where the chaos has got so much control even to like a hill that it's like, you know what? I really don't know what EVC gets 1. That's great. BC out. But this opportunity has now resulted like them knowing. They know that nobody's A, they know that nobody's C. So they clearly realize that okay, most of the people have been coming to B, or they will be making attempt into B. But with a little bit of rotation, with a little bit of playing with sounds and noises. You can see the chaos is holding a guardian. 1 shot and a dream. Get on the body, that's 100. 65. So you get on the head and it's a KO, and that's what we're talking about.
And this is why robo control is so important. Sorry for the interruption there, but I did want to comment that Exit. Oh, you can plant there now. Cool. I wanted to comment about how Chaos had rubble control there. And the rubble control is so very important on this map because if everyone tries to push A, now all of a sudden they have to turn right 90 degrees and clear out a corner that leaves them vulnerable and out in the open. So it makes A pushing a lot more dangerous. But here we go. And with this plant spot, it's an interesting safe plant spot coming out from the side of Exit on the stairs here. And they're going to try to hold it. 3 picks go the way of them, but Chaos with 3 on the round as well. Now it's just a 1v1. There's no time on the board, though, unless he just misses all his shots. But that is going to be Tad, not allowing the quad to happen, but does die to the spike. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be a force spike coming out from Exit.
I mean, tell me something new. But before that, we've got a little bit of a tactical timeout. Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting tactical timeout. I think what they want to do is they want to stop the momentum Exit has got. Exit just got 3 rounds in a row with forced guns, right? They had the gun advantage, didn't get that round, so now they're trying to figure out how they can work the map here. How they can defend against Exit's pushes. So, a good timeout. They want to make sure, they should also have another timeout in their back pocket as well. They want to make sure that they can stop whatever momentum Exit builds up mentally, make them cool down, make them not have that momentum. You know, Valorant very much a momentum-based game. And when you have not just the economy momentum, but when you have that mental momentum, you want to kind of try to stop that. That ult can be very efficient. So glad to see the timeout coming out from One Man Army, and I excited to see what they do differently this round.
It's going to be interesting because 3 rounds on the bounce, and any team will be questioning all their strats immediately. But now I think so. It looks like a C push. They're using the harbor tide to the high tide to just get as much information as they can, and the orb as well. There's no point for Slaves to go for the orb. But guess what, Rain? Interesting. That
And support all their teammates. They're trying to push really forward and get a lot of space here, but Hera with the Outlaw is going to be grabbing that. But here we got this new corner to keep track of, and stays Slay's actually taking into account that corner, and now things are falling apart for one-man army, but to be expected when your gun is the Sheriff and Kara with 3 on the round. Bear Shooter with a lucky spray headshot through the smokes, or maybe smokes had yet to bloom. But it's going to be 3 alive at the end of the round, and Exit will be taking us to 6-10. The great work of Kara with that outlaw. We're seeing it strike is shutting down these ecos. You're able to shoot targets so quickly, able to eviscerate even light shields. So glad to see Kara making this outlaw work, but it's no longer to have that effectiveness I used to have. So we're going to have a full armor buy around. This is what happens when you save Exit. Full armor gun rounds coming out off the side of one-man army, and they're already taking rebel control. They have 2 here out on C to brace for this C rush, especially that KJ utility, and a Showstopper as well. Showstopper able to find Slays isolated from their team. That's the KO down. Deucerus with the trade in the back pocket, though, taking away Rain, who was trying to go for that B rotate here. But the stall is perfect coming out from one-man army. They're going to have all their members close by, except for that Omen here. Come by and make this rotate happen. We're seeing this stairs plant once again. Turning out to be the new default, it's looking like. And those mollies are shooting up members. 3 picks for the side of Wizzy, and that's going to be a quick retake with 4 on the board. Wizzy, one-man arming himself. I mean, the name of the team really coming out there. And there we go. That's 11 on the board. That happens when you're not on the weaker buy. One-man army, 2 away from taking us to sunset.
I mean, clearly you would wonder, like, what could be done? What will be done? But clearly, one thing to keep in mind is, yep, they had the momentum, they took the tactical timeout, and it worked in their favor. Now all they have to do is, you know what? They have a broken buy again. We've seen Exit on a broken buy. Let's just go and rush them. Let's just go and get every single, like, penny is worth in this attack. Because clearly, you can see that there's a lot of pressure now being put on a team like Exit. It's just like, okay, we have to somehow get onto site, and that's what's being done. You have to just spray and hope and believe. But using the 3, oh my god! That was such a shot right there! But another run and gun.
Already taking backside here. Slays with another one. It's 4v2 for Exit. That's great positioning, but a missed wall is going to give Bear Shooter a freebie. And Ted going to be planning in this area, this left side here for Tree. A great stun coming out that gets the kill with the faint shells. Great flash, allowing Wheezy to get another, and all of a sudden, the advantage is right with one-man army's favor. Will they look towards Tree? They won't, and Kara with 3 on the round. It's an amazing clutch for them. That's 7 rounds for Exit.
So the interesting part is right there, after the aftershock, they only saw one of the players. They didn't see KO there at all. So that's why if you see, they were not looking at him. They're not looking at Tree at all. And that's what happened. K with a beautiful swing, getting 2 and be like, you know what? Thank you very much, but you're going down.
Sometimes when you're
keeping the hope alive.
Keeping the hope alive, indeed. One-man army, when you're in these 2v1 clutches, sometimes you need to look at different places. I know we wanted to make sure that the double swing was there for the last member of Exit, but it didn't end up working out. Chaos with the great first blood in this round here, though. That's going to be the advantage going the way of one-man army. One-man army been securing these first bloods these past few rounds. We're starting to see the momentum shift back towards them.
I mean, only time will tell. Where could we see this
Right there.
opportunity coming in for the attackers? They are just wondering. They have broken the door. They've got an opportunity to go through A-Link. They know that that is clear. The knife just clears it away. So clearly now they could go on to B side. But is this like a fake? Is this fake using the harbor tide to just get onto A side? The door has been opened for Tree. Wazy is somehow sneaking in, but they hear it. A flash coming in using the aftershock as well. The plant has to come down right away. But is there a plant?
30 seconds
What's
left.
happening?
Is
The plant
going
comes
to be
down
a
right
plot.
away.
They were looking to reposition the spike here, and now all of a sudden it's up on Chaos. Chaos get a first blood, good blood right there. That's Distros down, Viper utility down, 4v4, Slaves with a great pick as well. And Tad and Zoltox with another, and now all of a sudden it's just Rain in the 1v3 with the classic. Right clicks can definitely do the work though. That's 2! Bullets
Play for
left to
time.
make the
Play
last
for
one.
time. Time is of the hour.
That could have happened though. There was one bullet left. A body shot was needed. We really could have seen the 1v3 come out from Rain with the classic. And that's a great, I mean, if your teammate has a classic, there's probably been a weaker buy that round, right? So we're going to see if that was indeed an eco. That is a great eco round coming out from One Man Army. And they're going to be buying up a light shield buy, going with that Fnatic buy. A little bit of a force, but One Man Army does have a good lead to play with, but Exit has been clawing this back, and we've seen that these maps, I mean, they're getting closer than we thought. Great two bloods coming out from Peaks there. Great job getting those, and it's gonna give Exit the map, or Exit C site. You're gonna get this nice little stairs plant here, but it is going to not be in. It's going to be a 3v4 pit coming out in waterfall. It's actually a really nice pit. Forces the attackers to, or forces the defenders to take back through C main or C flank. This cuts off the angles, but Deuce Rose going to be pushed back quite a lot in this. In all, Rain with the pick on CT, Chaos with the pick on the flank, and it's just this pit left. Viper blinded up from the paranoia. Chaos going to take that in their own hands as well. Now it's match point, One Man Army, and we might be seeing a map 3.
We might be going to a map 3, and if we do, oh my. But the point being, although that Viper split, when in theory it looked good, the issue was there was a backstab available. So ideally, if you're having a Viper split, you should just cover the plant, because then they don't know where the plant is done. That causes a little bit of confusion. Whereas the Viper could somehow just adjust the mollies to get that space. And that was being done. A good example of what we were talking about was done by the Rays, where where I put it? Where there was where VZ decided, you know what, I'm just going to do one thing. I'm just going to send my satchel forward to just get some space, and that was being done. But now the rush coming in immediately, Peak is just like, you know what, I'm just going to put my lockdown away. The high tide has been used, the alarm bot has been triggered, the plant has to come down. But does it come down? Then aftershock coming to either. So as all ultimates are being used, the Hunter's Fury getting one, and now trying to search for another.
One member contained off that lockdown, but One Man Army, great pick from Bear Shooter to make sure that Zolox wasn't going to get that push. The Hard was not going to be able to get that trade there. Now everyone's staring down C site. And now the spike's there in CT, unfortunate position thanks to that lockdown, and you need to get 4 kills to get your team across the board, and it won't happen. One Man Army taking us to map 3, 13-8. I mean, Exit did great there on the attack, trying to bring that back from their abysmal first half, but you gave yourself such a bad footing to start out the map with. You're going to be not taking it in the end.
I mean, let's just be honest. It was 10-2. 10-2 is not. It's a tough climb up because there's an 8-round differential. But clearly, we're seeing that's backfired, and we're now going to go to map 3. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.
welcome back, fellas. We are here in map 3, and I am now held with VXLT. Coming in here, thank you very much. Had our previous caster had an emergency leave. Thank you for being here. We keep you up to get you up on speed on this match here. We had map 1 go the way of Exit in, I believe, a 9-13 game on Haven. It was really close. And then map 2, we had Exit poorly manage their eco, and they went down to 2-10 on the half and managed to bring back to an 8-13, but still lost in the end on Lotus. And now we'll be going into a decider map on map 3, Sunset, and it's been a match.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely been a match. I mean, I was watching a little bit of the later part on the map too, and it was slightly intriguing to see the team making a comeback like this. But as you said, sometimes the deficit can be a bit too much for some of these teams to overwhelm. And well, that might change right here because, you know, like a new map, you're talking of Sunset, a lot of different strategies have been popping up. We're seeing a lot of teams adapt the ISO, and the chamber is back in the meta just due to the layout of the map. And that can change a lot of things. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like if you continue to be shaky, it might actually still be easy for Exit. It's all about the matter of whether or not you are able to, I would say, just being able to maintain your composure in your economy sense. Because if that goes away, Aoma doesn't really have an easy time against Exit.
Exactly here. And I'm excited to see what we got going into Sunset here. I mean, we'll be seeing these teams. We see Harbor Viper coming out from Exit every map so far. And if there's a map to do it, honestly, it might just be this one here. But we're going to be seeing the Cypher coming out. Cypher made myself. I enjoy seeing Cypher on this map. Very powerful. We're going to be seeing the Gecko coming out from Exit. And possibly with the Breach, we'd be seeing a very Flash-centric comp here. And I'm excited to see how that would work. But we're going to see pretty standard. We're going to see the double initiator coming out from the side of as one-man army with that Breach Sova. And we're going to be seeing, I mean, we still don't know what we're going to be seeing over on Exit side. But I'm excited for this Gecko.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be intriguing whenever you do see a Gecko, especially with all of the buffs that has been happening recently, where now it's actually much easier and I would say safer to pick up the buddies again, whether you're picking up the Glazy or the Wingman. It's just a single second, and you equip your weapon faster, so it makes it a lot more safer. And as you said, Cypher, well, he's just not even the de facto. He is by far the best Sentinel in the map, in the team, and that is why whenever I'm looking at wasted potential, I'm actually quite surprised and perplexed that, sure, you can go for the double controller, but to go without a Cypher on Sunset, I feel like that's, like, I would describe that as blasphemy, honestly, if anything.
Go without a Sentinel, not just
Yeah.
a Cypher, but without a Sentinel on Sunset. I don't know what they're cooking, but we might have to get them off the stove.
Hey, I mean, look, we might say that, but then again, that team comp as well have a lot of positives going on for it. Harper Viper, they can absolutely run through teams,
Harper
a lot
Viper,
of utility. You can, you know,
Omen.
you can separate those fights. Yeah, and
We're going triple controller here. That is I mean, they've had to scrim this at the very least if they're going into this map with this, but strange. That is strange.
very, very, not just a little bit strange. I mean, I feel like if you're on the side of a one-man army, you might just be sitting here and thinking, okay, what the hell is going on and what are we going up against? And maybe that element of surprise might actually come to the favor of wasted potentials just a little bit. But in reality, a comp like this is very hard to execute. You have 3 controllers, you're trying to separate all these duels and just make sure that you have your own small dedicated bit of space to fight into. And if you're unable to identify that space and identify the tendencies of a one-man army on that attacking side, things might actually just be too difficult for them to handle because you have your pocket, and if they're able to break your pocket, then suddenly all hell breaks loose. You know, your wallet falls off, your phone falls off, and the game in its entirety might fall off here because it's all going to come down to this pistol. If they win it, maybe they have a chance to actually set up a very strong defense.
Maybe they do indeed, but we're going to be seeing this Sentinelist comp on the defense first here as we get into this pistol. You can see some mid aggression coming quick out. It's going to be a B split, but Deuce Rose shutting that down single-handedly. 2 amazing headshots going on to the first part of that split, and now they're leaning over to look at this main. Great map knowledge coming out here, but 2 picks go the way of, and it's Exit. Exit just cleaned that up in the end. That's a great pistol to have 4 on the board for Deuce Roost. That is great for the Omen. To be a good first pistol, and we're gonna see what the buy is going to be. We're going to be seeing this Outlaw coming out from the side of Harbor here on A as we go into a 2-0, 2-1-2 actually. It was looking like a 2-0-3 there. And we're going to be seeing all 5 members of One Man Army. You're going to be looking towards this mid area.
Yeah, that is going to be a very intriguing prospect to play around middle and to play around the game in that sense. Well, they're going in. Smokes are a little bit too far off, but Exit again. A 5th in the game. 3 in the smoke. Exit is close by, as well as the Echo. But they're going to back off. It's going to be the pistols coming in. They will find the kills on the side of Exit. This time, courtesy of Zoltox. 3 for him on the Bulldog. They only lose a single member. And, well, considering the stakes, I feel like they handled that one pretty well.
They did handle that one decently well. And, I mean, we're seeing... I mean, that was just a wonderful spray coming out from Zoltox here. And now we're looking at this bonus, and One Man Army actually handling this well. They have full rifles here. They should be getting this round, but we're seeing a very good proactive defense coming out on the side of Exit, and I think that's what you have to do if you're Exit playing this comp.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a matter of whether or not they can actually go from the side of One Man Army and get those kills, because guess what? Exit, they've been handed in this one pretty well. At least Rain will secure one of those trades, but for the time being, what we have on our hands is still a man advantage for the defense in a bonus where they have some of the stronger position to play CQC on Rain. Has turned around in the nick of time, and a fast is perfect. The problem is Glizzy is handed out in the wrong time, but Tad, he's in the right place to find 3, leaving ZK alone in a 1v2. 1 trip for him. Still have Util. The spike will be planted, but I think it's too little too late. Paranoia should confirm it, but he actually jumps to the side. This could be a possibility, but the Suro's there. Early tap. That means that ZK get that first kill. It's all down to Kayer. Only a ghost in their hands, trying to find the head. They're unable to do so, and that means it's going to be a 3-man clutch to secure the round.
Wonderful clutch coming out from Peaks, but you got to look at the economy side of this. That is going to be very weak for them. On their bonus, going 4 down is a big hit to take, but at least they got the plant. At least they got the round here, and they're going to be forcing up. And Exit on the other side are sticking with a judge here on this Omen. They're going to be plopping an op onto Harbor of all characters. It's kind of what you have to do when you're duelist less. And yeah, I'm just noticing they only have 2 out of the 4 roles most comps have, so very interesting comp as well, but it's working for them so far. 2-1 rounds have been quite decisive. Slay's holding this one way with an op as a slow default is coming out on the side of One Man Army.
Slowing down a little bit. Here comes the utility back and forth. Drone will not spot the Omen. And that means that the judge will have full efficiency. And here comes the smoke layers that we were talking about. The wall has fallen off. They still have a dark cover. And guess what? They still have that big ult, but that's a miss from Slays. And that could be a problem. Luckily for him, he is a Harbor. The cove is still there. The wall is still there. So they have a lot of time. But guess who takes time away? It's actually ZK when they're starting to execute on A.
Great cove, but it does not actually end up saving. Wheezy pushing forward into there. Great stun coming out from the breach of one-man army. Wheezy with another second on the board here as he's going to push up. Tad gets taken down from Rain, and the smoke push is shut down as one-man army is able to convert that round into an even match here. And we're going to look for exit. They did force up that round, but maybe they do have enough to get a full buy here. We're going to have to see what the economy situation is, and they're not able to full buy, and they're going to save. I'm gonna go for a half buy here, and I don't know whether or not they should be saving here.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Do you actually want to fully commit in a round like this? And even if you do, which is the point for exit, I feel like they probably won't even have that good of a utility backup to build something like that upon. And this is the way that they play their rounds. They need a lot of util. They need to keep staggering that util to work themselves up against the attack. The problem for them is losing that round, the round number 4. Had a lot of investments behind it, and now the investments aren't really paying off that much. They need to find those victories, but they are being cleared off. And this is exactly where you need to see your utility layers coming in, because they have not actually dissuaded them from pushing that part of the map. If anything, look at the one-man army. They are actually going in, and Chaos all alone will still find that duel in middle.
They will find that duel in middle. And this was, I mean, we talk about these buys coming out from exit. The last half on that attack, or on that defense, they banked it all on a good attack and kept forcing every round. And I'm hoping to see just a little bit of difference coming out there. But a one-man army, they're going to be taking the CT control. And that's one of the things about mid in this round, in this map. It's a great pick from Zoldox, is that mid does not just give you an avenue to split B, it also gives you an avenue to split into CT and get deep control. But exit coming out on top here in this buzz plant. They're in a 3v2. This should be doable. This is going to be the Thrash coming out. It's not clear that one corner that Detain is coming out, but they don't realize that Peaks could be there. And now all of a sudden it went from a 3v2 to a 2v1. It's all up to Deuceros here.
How much can he get out of it? That's a real question. You probably have a good idea of where the breach is, but he's still hunting for the Cypher. Pretty close by against the first, but a trade is instant. Fair shooter. Not a fair game presented to exit, and they will lose the round. And now, this is a round that is going to have utmost levels of importance for the side of exit. Their economy isn't looking good. They're going to have buy again. And the buy still doesn't really look as good. Look at Deuceros. He's still on the judge. Care probably cannot actually afford that Phantom. That's why he's refunding it. And it will have to be a Bulldog. So yet another weaker buy. But at least you do have that Rolling Thunder to play around.
Yes, and that Rolling Thunder is going to be what's pivotal here. But it is just a weaker buy here. It's not the situation you should be in this round, but a great stun coming out. Wheezy should be dead here, but the showstopper is popped to at least give a trade. That is going to be a 4v3 in the favor of one-man army, and they look to double swing this. Could be a beautiful flash here, and the double swing is perfect. Peaks able to grab yet another one. It's all up to Care here to try to hold down the fort, and that is not going to be possible here. It gets traded in the end. 3v1 retake. And Deuceros is about 3 miles away here. So, going to be going for this back flank. Might get hurt out here. And the most pivotal thing of this is that that's a lot of time wasted. And he breaks a trip and tries to teleport away. Chaos. Going to clean that up. 4-2, one-man army. And we're starting to see them run away with those.
And seeing them actually running away with that game, and yet again, still one more ultimate available for exit, but unfortunately for them, Rolling Thunder didn't really have the highest levels of efficiency. They only pushed one part of the map, and maybe that was the problem for that exec for me. If you're going to commit that Rolling Thunder, I want to see more members around a breach. I want to see people actually like climbing in from both sides to try to pincer the enemy, and that was not what happened. Right now, one-man army. You really have to contend with a whole lot. Is going to be yet another weaker buy here from the side of exit. And hopefully they are actually capable of forcing buys later on, because those sheriffs, while pushing fair shooter, can easily be caught off, but it will be Care finding that first shot. That's the spike, and that's the kill and exit. In the weakest weaponry round that they have, they're actually forming a lead.
That's a great eco picks coming out from Exit here. You know, their whole shtick here has been getting these eco rounds. If they keep forcing, eventually they'll get a round, and they do end up getting their round earlier than last round here. So at the very least, they've taken a lead. It's up to one-man army to try to take this into their own hands. And I mean, A main's been taken here, but all the it's going to be the Omen TP coming out to grab Spike, and that should tell Exit here that it's going to be an A play.
Yeah, but I feel like they should have been aware of that from the beginning.
30
If you press
seconds
tab,
left.
you already know that the ultimate is there, and that is definitely a
Spike
possibility. But they played to their strengths and ignored the fact that that ultimate could be a round changer. And now at least they do have a couple of guns in that retake. But if I'm Exit, I feel like I really wouldn't give it that much of a chance. But hey, I say that they use the Reckoning. They're going all in for it in rain. Just stuck stale. Gave the slide. The Cypher trip is there, but Carol still get a second one for himself in that round. He needs to look for the third. He got the right angle. Zoltox is going to need that kill to leave a 1v2. The Ressos, he is going to find chaos. It's easy for him as order is established once again on Sunset. The defenders get themselves another round, and that was an excellent retake.
The thing about Sunset A site is that there's no really long angles you can hold the spike from. There's no plants in which you can hold from A main or from elbow. You have to be up, very far up with that map control. You have to be deep into stairs. You have to be deep into elbow to be able to hold and spam these post plants. So, and especially if you're defaulting out for stairs there, it's almost impossible to get a spray out onto these sites. So taking advantage of that, they smoke their diffuser and they smoke into elbow, and it forces the Omen to try to push out, and it was almost over at that point. So
oh, wait, that Rolling Thunder actually did not connect with the Viper. That means that the Viper is still on the side. Wesley is detected by the Wingman as well. Can they clear him out? The answer is no. Wesley finding two, even a third. He pulled the round out of the back. Number 48. Just one more player remaining. A tad bit away, but now a tad bit closer. Wesley needs to look to the left. He will not, and the ace will be denied. He had an 1v5. Fortunately for him, he'll not be able to find the clutch, and that was a massive round out of Beardolus.
absolutely, I'm sitting back in my chair, and that was amazing. That was amazing. That made me sit up. That made me excited. Wizzy, absolutely, he's been the GOAT of these past two maps here. Almost dragged his team across the board in the first map and absolutely slayed the second. And we're seeing Wizzy stepping up here. 4 kills on the board that round. That's amazing to get towards that showstopper. And just really good work coming out there from Wheezy. Absolutely insane headshots. They were clean. They were consistent. And that's what you need in a game like this. Kara going to get run down here. The Hunter's Fury not letting him leave. Paranoia comes out to slow down this push, but Deuce Rose actually gets the pick with that Judge there, and he's getting spotted out, and the Paranoia comes through, but it should be a clean kill coming out from Chaos. 3v2 here in this round. The plant's going to go down on stairs. This is for both Boba and or at least for backside and main. Looks like I'm going to scale out into Boba here, flip the map. I don't know if Exit are going to read into this.
Yeah, but I love this actually from the side of One Man Army. They know that there's still an ultimate that could have been grabbed over from market by Zoltox. And this is why they expanded onto that side, to make sure that their retake will be a harder possibility. But the Glazy is great. The problem is they're unable to follow up on the kills. It's all going for a one-man army. And if anything, then the entire team has been playing together. And well, unfortunately for the side of Exit, they don't get a lot out of this map. They don't get a lot out of the defense. And their attack, as he said, sure, you do have those 3 controllers, should make your defense good. But without a raise, without somebody that has mobility, attacking is probably going to be much more difficult.
Attacking should be a lot more difficult on this. On a deficit, 6-3. At the very least, 6-6 going to go into here. But, I mean, there are some tech. Maybe Exit does. You saw that tweet coming out previously, where you can shoot a lot of the default Cypher tripwires with just a classic on this map. Through a lot of walls, this map, again, made out of paper. There's a lot of walls that just aren't existent on this map. There's not a lot of intermediate walls, which allows this map to be played, I'd say, pretty specially. But we're going to be seeing a push towards A coming out, but get stopped by this harbor wall, and they're looking to slowly move out. We're looking to take mid control here, and I really like this coming out from One Man Army.
Well, and the Glizzy doesn't detect anything. Well, if anything, one-man army could have actually picked the perfect timing. Tad caught it unaware. Should be an easy one for Wezzy. He just had to adjust, and he will. Next in shot from him. Now the game should be even easier for the side of the attack as they walk into that slide, but they're starting to take some damage. They have to be careful. Fearing House will fair shot. He's gonna have that one onto Slays, falling down, and now spike planted. Does not look like Exit probably have a fair chance of that one. If I'm them, I should be trying to save my Vandal, but look how far ahead One Man Army are playing. ZK going to fall down, and suddenly 2 for Exit. It could have been a third. This might be problematic with Zoltux being this close by. He's gonna find that player, leaving the last 2 in long. The wall definitely fended off for the time being, but they can easily peek it. Not a lot of fuel left, and they're gonna fall down here with that Sheriff. Been doing the Lord's work, and it's a spray down, but it does not connect. Still 12 more for Chaos. All he needs is to land 2 more onto Care. He's holding it on down, and he is calm as a cucumber. Exactly what he wanted in the clutch.
Exactly what you want. Chaos handling that perfectly. I actually really came back in there on that retake, but One Man Army holding it down. Chaos just staying in one position. When I talked earlier about A, not having great spammable plants, it's all about having that forward control in order to do so. When Chaos was in the perfect position, he had pushed up elbow, he had not get cleared out, and it's so hard to get Chaos out of that position. Chaos played that perfectly, got that amazing clutch, and we're seeing the ult come out from Chaos into this little corner there.
That gotta hurt. You know, you use your showstopper, as he said, but they didn't really get that far enough with the satchels and easily dismissed. But the Suros was just a judge. So now One Man Army. Where do they go from here? They go exactly where ZK was supposed to get a multi-kill. The adjustment is excellent from Slays, and now still a 3v4. Advantage is still 4 exits, and they do even have a Reckoning. So with One Man Army trying to pivot a bit further away from that B site, the answer is, do they actually split for B, where we do see 3 members from exit, or did they actually try to commit to the play that they initially made? Looks like the answer is B.
Answer is B indeed, and I'm worried here. Deucera is going to get caught out there. The smoke fading. Gotta keep mindful of when that smoke's going to fade. That little new indicator past a couple seasons ago is not... It's very short. You still have to be knowledgeable of when that smoke's going to fade and caught out. Here comes the Dizzy. Here comes the Reckoning. Chaos still manages to find 1, and the Chaos and Bear Shooter finds 2 more. Somehow, some way, One Man Army go into that stack site and come out with the round there. Great job from Fair Shooter to get 3 on this round, and we're looking at possibly a 9-3 half.
Yeah, and this is exactly where the part that I was talking about in the beginning of the map showed up. I told you that comp is very hard to execute. If you're trying to layer on your smokes, you cannot afford that gap, especially if you're letting your guard down there at the Suros. The Suros let their guard down, and that cost them their life, and that cost them the entirety of the site, because they were heavily reliant on that Omen exactly the same way. And they were reliant on the satchels to actually get them in the site. Well, it's only Wesley now who has gone in. Everybody else is further back, but here comes the Thunder. Omen caught off on the Zeros. Second time in a row. He doesn't have a chance, but Slays is going to find 2. And the round is much more competitive now.
Much more competitive 3v2 thanks to Fair Shooter's shot here. But a backstab might be possible. Rain gets 2 here. That site open here. That's going to be very good. It's going to be a plant for stairs. Pair all the way back here. It only has a Guardian, but we know what a Guardian can do. Just 2 dinks to the head, and this round might go the way of Exit. The back flank coming up from side of Rain. They're wrapping around Viper right now, and Care unaware of the possibilities of what is occurring. He's going to see a site free, open, ripe for the taking, and he's got to think what's going on here.
Well, do they know what's going on? Because Care, he will be stunned. And looks like that they have the perfect idea. The last play to try to defuse the spike does not work out well for them, and it's the 9-3.
Switching sides.
Exactly as you have foretold. And in that case, I was just gonna ask you this question, Bacon. From that 9-3, how do they even come back? Because even if they do win the pistol, a comp without a duelist with 3 controllers, losing that heavily on defense, definitely is not a sign of confidence.
It's hard because you want to say that without the Sentinel, this is an attack comp. With these double flashes, with all these smokes, they should be an attack-sided comp. They also don't have a duelist. That is the thing. You could have seen this comp probably work on attack with a 2-controller, 2-initiator, 1 duelist comp. Could have just gone Sentinel-less, but I think this is just too risky. Wheezy gonna get a good spray down here, and that's gonna be one of those flashes gone. That's a pivotal piece of the puzzle.
And I look at the amount of utility used, by the way, from the side of Exit. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter that much for them. They only have that Gecko towards elbow. Everybody else is still towards short. Going to be a tough duel here against Chaos. He's been doing pretty well on the pistols. All that BO3 damage confirmed. Players are still held as backup arrives. Care going to take Rain down, and the one-man army now starting to finally piece out the puzzle, and they're pushed away. 50 seconds are still left, so they have their options. But looks like a commitment to the A side. It is. Ring around the Rosie as they walk in from elbow.
They're going to walk in from elbow here. They have a bit of sight. They can start planting, but they're going to push a bit further here, and that worries me. They want to get this plant down, and if they don't get this plant down right now, Fair Shooter might have the right click of a lifetime. Doesn't even go for an aftershock there. Zoltok's in a perfect position to even this up. 3v2 now from side of Exit. Goose Cross with a great pick. Chaos with 1 in the back, though. Now it's a 2v2, and Weezy has to look at this smoke, but he is caught unaware. Deuce Rose going to get another pick. That's 2 for him in this match, and it's all up to Chaos. Chaos going to get called out. Viper, she closes us out here, and that's going to be a pistol round the way of Exit.
Yeah, great round right there from Exit. A necessary round in the grand scale of things, because if they have lost it, it would have definitely been a much easier job for a one-man army. The good thing for them is that they've also planted down the spike, so they get each and every little bit of credit that they need. Right now, I see a buy that I would say that maybe this is the new norm. Maybe you would see like 2 or 3 rifles, only a single SMG in the Outlaw. Definitely been very impactful in these second rounds. You don't see a lot of people buying these light armors anymore. Just look at the side of one-man army. They've just elected to fully save it, and honestly, if they get 2 kills in a round like this, with how little that they've committed, just from the placement that they have in that A site, I think that they might work it out well. But the problem is, look at the amount of utility raining them out.
But the utility isn't in just the right place here. Rain in a perfect position to at least get 1, and despite getting flushed out there, this is at least a decent pick. Higher though with the headshot from the Outlaw. It's actually, that's all they're gonna get. They're gonna get this 1 kill, and that's great for Exit going into this bonus.
Yeah, an important one for Exit, and I really liked how they played that one. It looks like that their playbook is good on the attack, which is something that is very important to me, to actually have some confidence in that game being a bit more of a contest than what it initially was. For the time being, 5-9 in the score. Rifles are pulled out from the side of the one-man army, but I see 2 players with lighter shields, and that might be a big concern. Of course, we're still on post time. Don't let that fool you. the barriers is not actually gunned down. So for the time being, what we can discuss is that impact of that outlaw. You got 2 players with light armors, and you got a lot of these weapons that can actually follow up on that 10 health very easily. You're looking at that Stinger, you're looking at those Bulldogs, and they can walk themselves in, but the problem is they're going to have to walk themselves in. They don't have anybody with those satchels. They don't have a jet to dash in. So it's all going to be those like 50-50 aim duels. And for the time being, they're trying to tip the scales in their favor with their own utility, which they definitely have more of. But with all the nerfs to the fuel and all the attention attentive to that part of the map, it's going to be difficult.
Good breach zone coming out to pull these players off this aggressive angles, but that's not stopping them. The Molly taking care of Rain. Mosh finding one. Fair shooter with the trade though, but Tad and Doozer is going to take down the A defenders. And now all of a sudden we're in a 4v2. We know Exit's really good on these attacks, so it's all up to Chaos and to break this up. Chaos with a good angle on elbow here. That's a great position to hold.
Enemy remaining.
Zoltok's going to take out Peaks there, and now it's all up to Chaos, who doesn't even get one. That's going to be a 4 players left alive around again. 6-9. The gap is getting closed.
That is a massive bonus right there from the side of Exits. Right now, one-man army. They are definitely pushed on the back foot because there's very little room to play. If you are unable to capitalize on the utility that you have against a team that does have an abundance of util, but shouldn't really have an abundance of explosiveness. And this is what we are seeing. We're seeing Exit slowing down the pace of those attacks, slowing down the pace of those early defaults coming in from one-man army, and their pace is going to be a bit slower, considering those pistols and that weaker buy, but we might still have favors in the terms of numbers, because while there are 4 coming in from Exit, the crossfire is established, but guess what? It's already broken down. That is picture perfect from Exit. They have the util, they got their play, and they cleaned out mid.
It cleaned out mid, and yet again, only 1 pick is found. It's up to Fair Shooter to break this kind of trend that's been happening. And somehow survives that blind, but I don't think we'll survive the double peak here. 7-9. It will be a gun round next round, but you gotta think that Exit are once again picking up these rounds on attack. They get these streaks. They get the streak. They got this streak before. They got 4 rounds in a row, I believe, and they're getting this streak again. And it's, you think it's got to be risky for one-man army. They've been getting this. They've been getting really good defensive attacker sides, but they've been kind of falling behind on this defense. But they, I'd say, really do have this advantage with this Cypher.
Absolutely, I would definitely agree with that. I feel like you should have had that advantage with that Cypher, but you always got to look for Exit, because they're the team that is actually bringing the unorthodox to this game. Slowing down the pace when they want to. They're picking up the pace when they want. Right there, in that anti-eco round. That was very clean. I actually didn't expect them to be that diligent in the way they're going out of the smoke. They went out of the smoke with that Glizzy, the stun, all of the util coming out, knowing that there's probably a setup coming in from the other side. And guess what? This is the benefit of having a Gecko. You can use your Glizzy, you can use your Wingman, you can just pick them up. 10 seconds later, you can do that again. Same thing can be said for a lot of those agents, because Omen regenerates their smokes, Harbor regenerates the wall, even Breach. The stun is expendable. So the amount of utility cannot be overstated. So for one-man army, what they need to do right here on defense is that they need to pick their moments. Because if they don't pick their moments, and they actually allow the round to flow in the way that Exit wants it, it's going to be a very big concern. Right now, their moment has been picked, but they might be punished for it with that Disney, with that crash.
That one way, though, is going to keep that detained player safe here. Going into the B push here, we are in a 4v4. And its backside has not been taken. They're really hesitant about this, waiting for that code. That's going to allow time to gather here. One-man army, they're going to be able to push up, to wait up this perfect high tide. Fits that nice and neatly. Pit coming out. It's going to be difficult situation, but they have that Sova, they have this, they don't have the breach. Might be a part of the Wheezy gonna take the first pick. That's gonna be the enemy breach down. Slays with a counter pick, though. Chaos running through this molly, almost finds Care blind here, but is not able to follow up on that. Zoltox with another, and Care closing out that round. This is about to be a tied game.
Very tight game from my perspective. Because Exit are playing that one to a T. Pulled them out to mid, utilized the thrash, and they walked into B. Despite the traps that were set by Cypher, the fact that he was actually detained right there, exactly as he said, it did save him. The fact that he already had the one-way and he had the Viper there market, but it did also leave that B side open. And that is something that we've seen Exit do multiple times, both on A and on B. They try to actually play for the longer game because while the side of one-man army might have util that allows them to get one pick, if they're able to do something like this, where you do have the flash and the glizzy back-to-back, you can easily get a kill and dip out.
I suggest you move.
Is this the strength of Exit's comp is certainly actually on this attack here with all this utility. They're flushing it out. Gecko has had some buffs recently and is able to cycle his utility a lot quicker now, which is more of his strengths. This is what Gecko is useful for. Having constant access to a flash, having constant access to this utility, and that's going to be the Gecko down. Peaks with a great blood here, great pick. That's going to be Chaos retrieving that rifle, and if there's any time to have that Cypher ult, it's right now. Going to be counteracted by the Rolling Thunder, but Peaks with a great trade here. Deuce Ross going to be finding 4 on the round. That's going to be a tied game, 9-9, but not without some damage here. 2 left after that eco round. One-man army going to be trying to put a dent in this economy, but look at Exit's credits. 8.4k on 2 of them, with 3 and 4k on the others. It's the onus is on one-man army to get at least, I'd say, 3 rounds back-to-back here to break Exit.
Yeah, it's not been looking good for one-man army, honestly. Ever since they've won, everything that went rather on that second half on played on defense, just feel that they have definitely been outplayed. Well, let's see if they can actually find the aim duels necessary to win this round out, because the showstopper is used and missed. Dizzy yet again. Doing hair pod, and the Gecko, the cycling of utility continues. Nothing the side of a one-man army can do. They've lost control. It's going to be all down to that kind of aim duel that is coming once that smoke dissipates.
That smoke will dissipate. We see this Cypher trip in mid, keeping things at bay, but Slays and Tad with first bloods in the round, Deucer is with another, and this defense goes by real quick, and we're seeing 5v1 now. Chaos. There's nobody in mid to keep him here, but this is bad. This is bad. The match is getting out of hand. Credits are not on the side of one-man army. And just clean 10-9. The lead is back. We talk about this 9-3 curse, but I think Exit has just been so good on these attacks. They've been so good at clawing these back that this isn't surprising.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to say it's a 9-3 curse, that's really a discourtesy to the level of game that Exit has been putting off right here. Because, you know, I'm not also taking anything away from a one-man army, but when you go against a comp like this, sometimes you are actually just unable to cope in due time. And unlike the last comeback, you know, they're playing a very non-standard comp, and it looks like that they're actually unable to cope with it. At least right now, we are starting to see some change where their attention from the side of one-man army is on that B side. And maybe they can catch the Viper off, but that is also leaving the A side open. Look at the amount of utility used. And guess what?
Look,
half of it is
already
going to come back.
Dizzy, 10 seconds now in between. We might see a lot more. Oh, the one-way. It's going to get spammed out, actually. Unable to take that one-way. The Cypher utility denied by good positioning and good Omen utility on the backside. But Chaos able to at least get one, is going to try to claw things back here. Once again, we're in this 2v4 retake, but we've seen these things happen, but it's all left to Fair Shooter. We know Fair Shooter can shoot fair. We've seen some headshots, really nice shots coming out from Fair Shooter, but got to clear out Tad. You got to clear out these aggressive CT members. And it's just not happening. Slays closing out the round, and 11 on the board here.
My first choice.
Exit
That choice was made.
looking like they're going to close out this, and their attacks just have been so good. Look at that tab. Look at that. That is,
That is
I can't count.
That is not fair. That is not fair. That is 8 rounds in a row.
8
That is 8
rounds in a row. Thank you for counting for me. I can't count.
Mm-hmm.
And that is insane here. This defense has been falling apart. We're seeing that this insane amount of utility is something that I don't think one-man army was really planning for on this defense.
Mhm.
And they have not been able to figure out ways to get around this.
Yeah.
Gecko utility, breach utility, they're able to systematically look at that. They've systematically cleared elbow with so much utility, and that's barely even a dent in their utility. Let's be honest. They still
They
have
do lose
so
the
much
Gecko,
more
though.
they can get. They lose the Gecko, but breach still into play here. And let's be honest, the gun advantage is going to be very solidly in favor of Exit here. Breach not going to be taking out this person. Whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa. Trying to reach the skies there.
Last player standing.
Slays and Care getting these picks, even though I believe that was a Rolling Thunder use. Aftershock comes out, is going to be able to clear out tab, but the shots aren't able to connect here, and that's match point over the side of Exit, and the one-man army has to get 3 in a row to take us to OT.
Yeah, that actually might not even be coming to truth. Because if you look at the concept of the way that they attack, you said that the defense is falling apart. I would say that Exit is actually breaking it apart more than anything else. You just look at the way that they're playing. Their trades are good, and well, this is the last hurrah for the side of a one-man army. Everybody is affording any kind of gun. Just going on for it, but guess what? Decked early by that Dizzy Recon on the opposite side. At least Wezzy going to find that first opener, but Care instantly trading it off. The ultimate's working for one-man army, but Exit still holding onto their line.
I suggest you move.
A little bit of proactiveness in mid is what happened to allow Weezy to get that first pick, but we're seeing the ults get used to try to close out this map here. Chaos in a bit of a predicament here. Deucerus with an amazing TP to catch him out, too worried about dodging the Reckoning, and as is not able to figure out, not able to prevent Deucerus getting that easy headshot in the back, but still a 3v3 on the side of Exit here. They're gonna try to exit the smoke, and it's being watched, but it's only one person able to watch it. Nobody in elbow to stop this defuse going on, though.
But he's
But
sticking
the
it.
missed shots are pivotal. Peaks, they're coming behind him. Can he get this defuse? The trap is perfectly placed. And that's going to be a one-man army getting the 10th round, and there is a chance. Yo, why we in Haven? Why we in Lotus? What?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sorry, guys. That's from the past. It's not happening again.
Blast from the past, indeed. Lotus all of a sudden coming back into our map here. According to our producer here, I saw nothing, but I did in fact see something. I need some explanations. You got the time machine back there? You got the DeLorean? Anyways, jokes aside here, we're going to be seeing an A push coming, or at least a start what looks like to be some A aggression coming out from one-man army.
Well, I mean, winning that round is definitely a massive confidence booster for them. But for Exit, this might start to be a bit problematic. I think that their economy is good, but the main concern for me definitely has to be the ultimate economy, because one-man army still have 2 more ultimates. They're actually going to walk again into the Cypher trap. Cypher is close by. You see Cape still holding on strong. Camera detecting one of those players, looking for more. He has found 2, but there's still a third. Exit open up the first, but what could be the beginning of the end? A good setup from them right here, but one-man army putting themselves in position. Quick flash to walk out of, and the flashpoint means that they all go down to Cape. The sole hero for them right here. Man disadvantage, but they are looking for Care.
Oh, perfect. That's going to be a leg from the Outlaw. Actually, a body from the Outlaw there. going to make sure that he don't die, but it's all up to Fair Shooter here. Get things across the board, and it's Tad going to close this out. 13-10. The 9-3 is possible, but it was just clean play. In fact, coming out from Exit, their attack was just beautiful there. So great job from Exit. One-man army gonna go to map 3, but not able to close things out. So great job at Exit. EVC, I believe this is the first match we've had in EVC Crunch League season 3. So they're gonna be taking the first match.
And honestly, that game from Exit might actually be enough in itself to me actually to say, hey, this is a team that will definitely go deep. I love that kind of playbook. I love that now they actually might be a bit infamous for that sunset, which is something that they will have to work out with. And for my own money, I just hope to see more of that level of performance, because that playbook and that team coordination as a whole has been impeccable.
It was impeccable. The attack was impeccable. But you know what? That's going to be all for us indeed. Hope you see us again for tomorrow. It won't be us, Cassidy, but we got some amazing talent coming out tomorrow for an amazing match. Torpedo Esports versus Vision Esports. Excited to be watching that one tomorrow. Stay tuned, same time. And that will be all for us.